Kawhi. Actually, don't know that.
Oh, it is Alabama.
Hey yo,
That's crazy. I remember Spreewell for choking his coach and saying like $20 million couldn't feed
uh-huh.
a family. That's what I
That's
remember.
yeah.
It's crazy. All right, who won the 1979 NBA Finals? I actually know this too.
What are the options?
You got Celtics, 76ers, the Washington Bullets, and the Seattle Supersonics.
Celtics.
Nah, it is the Supersonics. Yeah, because
Yeah, I
I think
ain't.
they beat Washington that year. That was the last time Washington was relevant, sadly. But not
Yeah,
relevant, but good.
but, yeah.
Let's see. What college did Quentin Richardson attend? I don't even know. Is this DePaul University, UCLA, Illinois, or St. John's?
We going with another guess because I don't know. DePaul.
That sounds like a school you went to. Yes, it's DePaul.
It
DePaul.
seems like a Quentin Richardson
Yeah,
school.
DePaul
Like
seems like it low-key has some nice players on their roster. I don't know, or they've had some nice players come out the draft. I don't know who, but it sounded like he probably went there. Who was the coach of the 1976 Phoenix Suns? Wait, they're not even give you options. I'm gonna go ahead and skip that one.
if I would
Yeah, they didn't
wasn't
even
about
give
to
you
have. Yeah,
options. That's
nah.
crazy. Let's see. What about this one? Are they going to give me options? Who was the coach of St. John's University in 2001? I don't know any of these people. We got Randy Johnson, Lou Carnesecca, Mike Jarvis, and Big Bird. I don't know why Big Bird is a,
Like Big Bird, like the
I
Sesame Street
think
Big
from
Bird.
Sesame Street, but I don't
Hey,
know.
I'm gonna go with Mike Jarvis.
Mike Jarvis. That's right, Mike Jarvis. He also coached
Big
at
guesser.
where is that? George Washington. Nice. Let's see what's next. Sham God play for what college? Georgetown, Kansas, UMass, or Providence? I should know this. I feel like I should know this.
It wasn't a big college. It wasn't like a Georgetown.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
I think it's UMass, but I don't know.
I think it's
What do you think?
Providence.
You think it's Providence?
I think it's
It is
Providence. I
Providence.
would say I
It
think
is
it's Providence
Providence.
because he went to
Okay.
like a small school.
Yeah. Let's see. Oscar Robertson won an NBA championship with which team? Oh, I actually know this. Lakers, Bucks, Celtics, or Royals?
I know he played for Milwaukee, but I don't know if he won. I'm gonna go with Milwaukee, but I feel like it's the Royals.
No, it's Milwaukee because he
Yeah,
won
I
with
was just
Kareem.
yeah.
He played most of his career with the Royals, though, I think, because that's when he had triple double.
Mhm.
Let's see. Which NBA team did PJ Carlesimo coach in the late 90s? I don't know. Sacramento, Detroit, the Clippers, or Golden State? Actually, I do know now. Now I see the options.
Golden State.
It is Golden State.
Yeah.
Yeah, Golden State. Which key player was added to the 76ers in the 82-83 season? You got Daniel Weistrach, Moses Malone, Julius Erving, and Charles Barkley.
Moses. It gotta be Moses
Yeah, it
Malone.
has to be Moses.
It gotta be Moses Malone. Yeah.
Where did Joe Dumars play college basketball? Another DePaul, McNeese State, Northern Illinois, or Central Michigan?
Don't know. We're gonna go with Northern Illinois because that's just best guess.
I think it's McNeese, though. Let me see. Northern Illinois, the answer is McNeese State. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure I heard he was like a factory worker before he came in the NBA. And I think he was like, he did that part-time while in college. I don't know. That's what I heard, but I don't know. Let's see. Who did Indiana University lose to in the last two NCAA tournaments in 2000 and 2001? We got Miami and Ohio, Miami and Kent State. We got Pepperdine in Ohio and Pepperdine in Kent State. I have no idea, but that's.
I'm trying to think. Because 2002 was Syracuse, so that's when Melo
that
won
was
it.
Melo. Yeah.
Yeah. So before, yeah, I really don't know.
I feel like Pepperdine was always upsetting people, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna think Pepperdine, maybe Kent State.
Yeah, it was Pepperdine and Kent State. Yeah. I don't really watch college basketball as much as I should. Reggie, they're not giving you an option on that one. Let's see. Isaiah Thomas scored 16 points in the final minute of a half in the playoff game against which team? And they're not giving you an answer, so you have to guess. But I think I know. But I don't.
Now it's Isaiah Thomas, like
like
Isaiah Thomas, right?
The older one, yeah.
Chicago.
Let's see. I think it might be Lakers, but let me see. No, it was the Knicks.
Oh man, well,
but they lost the game. Interesting. All right, this will be the last question. Let's see. Jerry West made his miraculous last-second three-quarter court shot attempt against which team? I actually have no idea.
Back then, it had to be either the Celtics, the Bullets, or the Warriors. I'm gonna go Bullets.
I don't know if the Bullets exist. I think it might be the Bulls, but I don't know. It was the Knicks again. That's crazy.
Love to see it.
They always violating the Knicks. The Lakers lost the game in overtime, though. All right, so it wasn't that bad. I think we got like 7 out of like 19.
I mean, it's not bad.
It's not bad. All right, so the last time I recorded an episode, the NBA Finals was still going on, and now they're over. What did you think about the finals? Did you get the chance to watch it?
Oh yeah, I got to watch it, but I feel like Miami kind of like just got played. Like injuries really killed them,
Yeah.
like bad. Like I don't know. I feel like if they would have had Goron and if they would have had Bam games 2 and 3, it might have been a game 7. But I don't know.
I personally feel like the Lakers were just better. Like I feel like because the Heat don't really have like big men like that. Besides Bam, like
Yeah,
they really were like, I don't know if I really want to play anybody else. That's how they felt. And so I was like, I mean, they can try and go small, but Anthony Davis is just gonna,
yeah.
if he's at least 60%, he's gonna violate them. And it was LeBron that ended up just, going to
I
work.
mean,
I think they could. I heard they might try and get Giannis next year, which if they got Giannis, then it's a wrap.
I don't know. I don't see how that. Like, I don't think they could work with it. They can't
I,
afford Giannis, Jimmy, Dragic, and Bam.
well, Bam is still in the contract for I think another year. Jimmy, they already signed him, so he's straight. I think if they try and get Giannis, then they probably won't be able to get
Dragic.
Dragic.
Yeah.
But I think they have a lot of guards anyway, so I think the problem with Giannis is just his team really he doesn't really have a guy that's just like, all right, let me be a shot creator like that
Yeah.
and just help you. I mean, Middleton's okay, but I don't know. My dad said he probably wouldn't leave Milwaukee.
I don't think he's gonna
I
leave.
don't think he
I
will
don't think.
either.
I
But
think it's more likely they pick up like a big name free agent in Milwaukee than stack up Miami. Because if Giannis leaves Milwaukee, there's no other like competition in the East.
I heard another one that he might go to Dallas because Dallas can actually pay him, which would be insane. They have all the European hoopers over there.
If he goes to Dallas, the East is just a joke. He
Yeah.
got everybody in the West.
Besides the
Yeah,
Nets and like the Heat, I don't even know if the Nets are going to be. I don't know.
yeah,
Like,
they are. There's no way.
I
KD
mean,
and
I don't know.
Kyrie.
I thought when they got Kyrie and the Celtics, I was like, oh, there's no one stopping them, and then they just stopped themselves.
Yeah, but you putting him with Kevin Durant, one of the best scorers to ever play the game, and then you got Kyrie's just a great playmaker.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I think on paper they're probably honestly they might be one of the best teams in the league. I I have no idea what they'll look like together because they have a deep bench, like or not like a deep bench, but they have a lot of like really good. I think they have like DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, I'm checking the
They got
bench right
Karis
now. Oh yeah,
LeVert, and yeah, they've
Joe
got
Harris,
yeah
Dinwiddie. Yeah,
yeah,
benches.
and they got Steve Nash as their coach. So I'll see. I don't know. I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know
know
what
about
they'll look
Steve
like,
Nash
but
yet.
they'll
That's
be
not a,
they'll be pretty good. Hopefully, that'll be lit. Do you think the Lakers will get anybody, or do you think they're good enough to win it again with the same team?
I think they need people.
I do
When the
too.
Warriors come back healthy,
I do too.
that's
I
a
I personally
problem.
was one of those people that never thought they beat the Clippers. I still don't think they beat the Clippers. I just think
Mhm.
I said it was like I knew coming out. I was like the Clippers' worst matchup is Denver because they have no one to guard Jokic.
Yeah,
But if Denver beats them, Denver has no chance against the Lakers, and that's what happened. I think the West is still like matchups. I don't know like what Golden State will look like though, because they have the second overall pick. They might trade that.
I feel like they're gonna keep it and just get Wiseman.
Do they? Oh, that's true though. That's
I
true.
don't see why not.
Yeah, because they'll have a big with Steph. That's true. Because they have Wiggins.
They have
I
because they
I
run.
was I was I was hearing that they might try and do like trade with the Clippers with like Wiggins in the pick for Paul George, which I know Paul George is a little suspect right
But
now.
he's still Paul George. I
Yeah, he's
mean,
still Paul George. Like
but you
Curry,
have
Clay,
to.
Paul George,
But
and
Curry, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, Wiseman. That's a
that's nice.
starting five.
That's
That
that's a
yeah,
that's a that's a valid thing. And they got what's his name? Pascal,
yeah.
like the rookie. That was pretty good. I honestly I don't know who the Lakers are going to get because I've been hearing on Twitter like optimistic Lakers fans will be like they'll get Bradley Beal. As a Wizards fan, I'm like, please don't get Bradley Beal.
I feel
I
like they
don't
should have some
know.
role players. They don't need like big names. Just get like Montrezl Harris or like Gallinari. Just get somebody that can run it forward so LeBron can get some rest.
I think they should try and get like I don't know if they should trade anybody, but Buddy Hield would
Yeah,
be interesting
Buddy Hill would
because
fit nice.
he's like done with Sacramento, and he would be like a good like two guard with them.
I feel like they could get a good value for Kuzma and just trade Kuzma out because Kuzma's not really playing
Yeah,
all
they'd have
that
to
great.
trade Kuzma and somebody else. They probably have to trade like Danny Green maybe.
Dwight Howard, Kuzma and
He's
a
a
big
free agent
man.
though.
He just on a 1
Yeah,
year.
him and Rondo, but I think they'll both sign back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rondo, I don't know actually. Dwight will probably sign back.
Dwight might mess around and retire. He got his ring. I mean,
Yeah, honestly, because he's been like 4 different teams in 4 years.
he's
You might as well find a
Dwight
home.
Howard. Oh yeah, he's already 34. I mean,
Yeah,
there's not really much he needs, and he's not going to get an MVP. He got
yeah.
his ring. I mean,
How old is Rondo? Let me see how old Rondo is. I think Rondo's like 30 something too. Yeah, he's 34 too. But I think Rondo has like a lot more years left. Because
I saw this man dancing on TikTok. I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't know if like a big man is gonna be used as much in the future. Like people playing small ball. I don't see the purpose of a Dwight Howard in like 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, you still got Anthony Davis. They have McGee. They have Markieff Morris. They really don't need like Dwight Howard's just kind of there. Once Deion Waiters, if he signs back and he gets off that injury, that's
Yeah.
Lakers team's looking good.
Yeah. And they get Avery Bradley back because he didn't play like the whole bubble.
Get
I don't
rid of
know. I
Danny
feel
Green.
like I still have faith in the Clippers. Like I low key think the Clippers' only problem was like they didn't play any defense, and they didn't really play together a lot because like half their players, I think they only play like 20 games together.
Yeah,
So
I think
I was one of those people who's like you can fire Doc Rivers, but like you don't have to because it's like the bubble, and then I mean everyone had the bubble, but like y'all didn't really play a lot together. Like Paul George in this time, Lou Will and Trez going to the strip club missing time. You know.
I think they just need like a really good offensive scorer, somebody that can take the ball down the court. Because Paul George wasn't cutting it in the bubble, and Kawhi is not like a great scorer. Like defensively, they're a great team, but they need somebody that can pull up from three, get some mid-range shots off, and just play.
I think because I was one of those people at the beginning. I was like, the first thing when I saw their roster, I was like, oh, their defense is going to be crazy. I never really thought their offense was going to be like out of this world, but they kept trying to be like some offensive. They kept trying to be like some offensive powerhouse, and then wouldn't play defense despite having like Pat Bev, Kawhi, and Paul George. And it's just like, what are you doing? But I never thought Jamal Murray should have dropped 40, 50 ever against them. So I was like, how did that happen? You know.
Yeah, Jamal Murray's just
he's
different. Nice. He's different.
I think if the Nuggets can get, I don't know what the Nuggets need. No, I do know what the Nuggets need. If the Nuggets can get like a shooting guard or like another guard to play with Jamal Murray, that can like, if they can make Jamal play the two, like, I think Jamal would be a better two guard than, because he takes a lot of like shooting guard type shots. If they got like, I don't know, maybe even like Rondo, or if like I'm trying to think.
Van Fleet's a free agent. That'd be
Van Vliet is
Van Fleet would fit in good.
Van Vliet would fit in good. I think Van Vliet would be great with Dallas, the way Dallas play, because he takes a lot of 3-pointers. Like he's a high volume and he's a good 3-point shooter. And Luka will just like ISO you and then just give it to Van Vliet working like
even Dragic on the Nuggets. That would be a great fit.
Dragic would be good. Yes, I could imagine him and Jokic just running around like screens. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. I'm trying to think what about Houston? What do you think? Like, you think they should blow it up, or?
I think cut Westbrook and just
cut Westbrook.
Yeah, get Westbrook
not
out
even
of
trade
there.
for him.
I mean, what are you gonna? They're gonna
get something.
You can get something, but you could just get Westbrook out the way. use the money, sign DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan doesn't fit with their concept though. They shoot threes.
But neither did Westbrook, and they made it work. I mean, you had Westbrook just stat padding every game, trying to get triple double, and Harden trying to just run around and be Harden.
I think Houston thought like, oh, Westbrook or Harden's gonna be our half court option. Just ISO people and score, and then in the
Yeah,
full court, like off rebounds, just have Rush push the pace, which worked until the playoffs when everything's in the half court, and now it's like they're double teaming Harden and they're leaving Russ open to shoot threes and miss. I
yeah.
feel like
I mean,
that might happen with DeMar. Like, I mean, DeMar to me is a better shooter than Westbrook, but
yeah.
they could. I think they should try and get like I was hearing they would trade him to the Knicks, but I don't know what the Knicks can
You
get.
can never trust anyone saying they're going to trade
Yeah,
anything to the Knicks.
I feel like Westbrook would fit great. Like I think Westbrook is like born to get triple doubles. And I
Yeah.
think he gets that as the number one option with like New York. Just have him sell tickets, something like that.
I mean, even pairing him with like Giannis in Milwaukee, that wouldn't be terrible. Just have Westbrook just run the court, and Giannis is there
Yeah.
to.
I honestly think you can just put anybody with Giannis. Giannis just needs someone to
Yeah,
get the attention off of him, whether he can shoot or not,
yeah. Oh yeah.
I think Houston, like, for one, I don't know why they got rid of Capella because like a lineup when you're under 6'7" is just not gonna happen. I never thought that was gonna work. And then I think Westbrook is honestly the reason they lost like 2 of those games. Like he was just that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of it was like bad defense. Like the Lakers would just like violate them. But Westbrook was like so bad. I was like, I can't watch this.
Didn't he like shoot 20% from the field
Yeah, he
against
was
the Lakers?
terrible.
Like, yeah, like that's just
He
not
was
okay.
terrible. He was terrible. I really hope like I think the West could have like I'm trying to think. One like Clippers, Warriors, Lakers, Mavericks. Oh,
Nuggets.
Pelicans. What do you think about the Pelicans?
I feel like Brandon Ingram might be out.
I said the same thing. I was like, I don't think they need Brandon Ingram. I don't think they need him.
I think Brandon Ingram might just be out. I don't know who they could get or what they like. I don't know. Maybe like Gordon Hayward,
Mm.
throw him in there, but
I think the Celtics need a big man. They have a lot
yeah,
of winning players. Like I was watching the Heat series. I was like, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are good, but where does Gordon? Do they really need Gordon Hayward at this point? Like he's probably the third
he's
wheel.
just not
Yeah.
even the third wheel. He's the fourth wheel. They still got
Oh
Kemba.
yeah, they got Kemba.
They
That's
got
true.
Kemba. Yeah, he's like
That's true.
fourth wheel.
That's
That's
true.
just
I think going back to Houston, I think if they got Oladipo, maybe. I
But
think
would
he
he
would. I
leave
think
Indiana?
I heard he wants to leave. I wouldn't stay in Indiana.
Houston would. Yeah,
He would fit better because he can at
he
least
would.
shoot the three. I don't know if he's like as good as he was like a couple years ago, but and he plays great defense. So
He plays amazing. He's just like Patrick Beverly, but better
yeah.
offense. But it's just I don't even. I don't know. All I know is Houston they gotta get rid of Westbrook.
Yeah.
Find somebody to trade him or just cut him and sign some free agents.
Cut him is still kind of crazy. I don't know, like for someone like Westbrook, you can't just cut Westbrook. That's like cutting Dame Lillard. That's just
But
like
it's like he's not Dame Lillard. That's like I don't
I
know. Him
know.
and
Yeah.
Harden just weren't matching. You could cut him, just get some role players around Harden.
But you could
I
trade
don't
for role
know.
players too. So you don't have to because you still have to pay them if you cut them.
But it's just a lot of people aren't really gonna take Westbrook. There's like a few teams that like really need Westbrook has to be the number one option on whatever team he goes to. The only team I really see Westbrook getting traded to is the Knicks, and the Knicks and trades is just
Yeah. I could see him maybe if Houston wants to blow it up, like blow it up. I could see him going back to Oklahoma City if Oklahoma City thinks they can do something, because they have a lot of picks. But
Yeah,
I
they
think
do.
Oklahoma City, they're probably content with having like 7 first-round picks. Speaking of first-round picks, what do you think about this draft? Do you think this is like a good draft or a bad draft?
As a class, I mean, it's kind of mid.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I don't know. The fact that LaMelo Ball's be considered a top 3 like draft pick, it's kind of I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. I feel like LaMelo Ball might drop.
I think he has the most potential. I think a lot of these guys, I don't think there are a lot of instant, like they come in and
Yeah,
average 20. Like Luca and Trey, they came in and just average 20. I don't think there'll be anybody in this draft that does that. But I think there'll be a few people, like if you give them like 3-4 years, they might be all stars.
I mean, I feel like Anthony Edwards could come in and put some work in on the Timberwolves. Him and D'Angelo
That's
Russell
true.
seems like an interesting backcourt
Yeah.
because there's no. I feel like him going first pick is just like bound to happen.
I personally think, because I heard Karl Anthony Towns wants out. So I think
Yeah,
I think they should trade the pick if they want to keep him. If they really want to keep him, if they know like there's no chance of him coming back,
yeah.
then I'd go ahead and draft. I'd go ahead and draft LaMelo because I think
Why not
LaMelo could play
Wiseman?
the 2. LaMelo could play the 2 and the 1. He could
Yeah.
play both. And yeah,
Which is Lamelo gonna like be an NBA player? That's the thing. Like we saw with Lonzo was college player, he was great, but he hasn't really been doing much in the NBA. And Lamelo's been playing in like Lithuania, right? Like
yeah.
there's not really.
He's
I mean,
like, I personally think I always thought LaMelo was the best one, only because like he was the youngest and was playing like
better
with
than Lonzo?
yeah. Because he reminds me of like Luca
Whoa.
was playing professional at 14. So when he came to the NBA, it was just like, oh, it's gonna be easy. It's easier for him. I feel like LaMelo having like, and I think LaMelo's a better shooter. I think Lonzo is strictly a point guard. I think LaMelo
Yeah.
could play the 1 and the 2.
I still think Lonzo's better because Lonzo's better defensively. Lonzo's he'll play the point, bring the ball up, get a good pass, run the pick and roll. I'm just not sold on LaMelo yet. I don't know.
I feel it. I have no idea what I don't know. Like LaMelo's one of those questions. Is like I don't. I think it depends on what team he goes to. Like there's some guys like I knew Luca. I think Luca would be great on any team, like any team he
Yeah,
played
I
for.
mean,
Same with like Jason Tatum. I think he'd be good on any team. But like I don't know. I feel like LaMelo he might need time to develop because he's like really young.
yeah. But like hypothetically, if he goes like in the top 3, I don't see him doing much on the Warriors at all. I don't think he'd probably touch the
I actually
court.
think he'd do the most on the Warriors. I think
Really
he might get like 17 shots a game on the Warriors.
on the
Like they might just have
whoa.
him because the spacing that's going to be available with Curry and Clay on the court would be
Yeah, but
like
you're not gonna have Curry, Clay, and LaMelo on the court at the same time.
if they want to go small, they might
If they
because
want to go
Lamelo's six
small,
seven.
but
Lamelo's 6'7". I
I
don't
feel like
know.
on the Hornets he'd do the best.
Hornets.
3 pick.
He would definitely be. He would definitely be the best player on
Yeah.
that team. I don't trust Michael Jordan as a GM, so I don't. Or yeah.
Yeah, but I mean they still got Devontae Graham, Malik
That's
Monk.
Devontae Graham. That reminds me. I think he should play in Houston. I think Russ
Oh, he would be. Yeah,
because he can shoot like he shoots the 3 really well. He doesn't really
yeah, he
shoot
does.
well anywhere else on the floor, but that's all you need in Houston to shoot the 3.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even that. Yeah,
that would
I can.
be.
That he would fit great with the offense.
D'Antoni is like the coach of the Sixers, and they might do like small ball there, like shooting threes, but Ben Simmons hasn't. I don't know. I don't know what they should
Uh,
do.
Maybe trade Ben Simmons if they want to go with that. Trade Ben Simmons for like D'Angelo Russell would fit in great with Joel Embiid.
I think they should trade Embiid. I think
And what?
Embiid doesn't play enough games. I don't think he's played more than like 65 games in a season.
But
And I
I
think Ben
don't.
Simmons is like I think Ben Simmons has more potential. I think he's better defensively, and then well, they're about the same defensively, honestly. I think they could work together though. Like I was watching like Showtime Lakers and like they had Magic in the post and then Kareem was just on the other side. And if they
Yeah.
double, just throw it to Kareem. Like that could work if they make Ben Simmons post up. But I don't know if they want to do that in today's NBA. That's
I
the
don't
only.
think they would trade Embiid though. I don't think they trade either. I feel like Embiid and Simmons would be
Yeah,
like
they should trade
they
Horford
work
though for
together.
sure.
Oh, Horford, yeah.
Horford needs to
Horford,
go.
yeah.
He needs to
Maybe
retire.
Tobias Harris, but I don't.
I don't know how much he's getting paid. How much is he getting paid? I might trade him, depending on how much he's getting paid. I think he'd be good off the bench, but if he's making like 20 million, then let me see salary.
He making way too
Oh
much.
my goodness, 32.
Way
Yeah, I
too
might trade
much.
that man too. 33
Way
million to
too
come off the
much.
bench is not happening. No,
Way too
that is ridiculous.
much.
I don't know.
Nah.
Yeah, they're gonna have to make some moves. They might have to trade both Horford and Tobias Harris.
Harris.
I like Josh Richardson. I'll keep him though.
Yeah, and you got Glenn Robinson on the bench too. He's not a
Yeah.
bad starter.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was getting paid 30 mil.
This free agency is gonna be insane. I can't wait till like December, whatever, and Woj is just like tweeting everything out, and I'm just like
Yeah,
losing
that's
my mind.
just
Man. I wonder. I really hope the Lakers don't get content though and think this is good enough to win next year. Because I personally don't think they win with the same team next year.
100% no.
I
100% no.
Isaiah thinks they do, but he's the biggest LeBron fan ever. So I'm just like, okay, I'll let you enjoy your
100%.
moment, you know.
100% no. They can't compete with the Warriors.
Yeah. I think they can compete with the Warriors. I just don't think they can beat the Clippers. I personally don't think the Clippers.
The
I think
Clippers can't.
people. I think when they lost a 3-1 lead, they just like took them out their top. Like I still think they're probably the second best team in the NBA, and it depends on matchups.
Second
If they
best.
get a good matchup, then yeah.
But it's just like the Clippers. Are they going to be able to score on LeBron and Anthony Davis?
Though
But
I don't think. I think their offense is fine against the Lakers. Like when I watched their games, like their offense was never the problem. Like their defense was, except
their
for
defense,
Game
yeah,
7. Their offense was the problem in Game 7.
their
Like
defense was
Doc
just
Rivers can't help that they couldn't score for 5 straight minutes.
nah.
But like their defense was like terrible. And their defense on LeBron has always been great. Like I don't think he's ever scored more than 25 against
Let
the
me see.
Clippers this year. They don't have anyone to guard Anthony Davis for sure. But I think free agency they might try and get somebody that can at least they can feel comfortable putting on him. Like I was thinking Serge Ibaka maybe. He's kind of old,
Yeah,
but he's still a good defensive player, and he can at least play on the perimeter defensively and shoot the three.
yeah.
I think Montrezl Harrell has to go. I never thought Montrezl was
He's,
gonna work.
nah,
They might even trade Lou Williams, honestly.
I don't think they'll trade Lou Williams.
I don't think they will either. I think if Ty Lue knows how to use him right, it can work. Because Lou Williams is a guy like he needs the ball in his hands. Like if you throw him in the corner and just say catch the ball and shoot it, he's not the same player. Like yeah,
I think Pat Bev gotta go.
nah, I'd keep Pat Bev. I think they need Pat Bev. I think Pat Bev he's the only guy on the team I think that can actually guard like guards. Like Kawhi and Paul George can guard wings, but I don't think they can guard Jamal Murray.
I mean, Pat Bev couldn't really guard Jamal Murray.
Well, he got in foul trouble. Like
but even
Jamal
like
Murray had like 30 in the second half, and that's what killed him.
I don't know. I'm not sold on Pat Bev's defense. I feel like he gets way too inconsistent.
He's
and
not
like,
a smart defender. Like he fouls a lot for.
Like I take Marcus Smart on defense over.
Oh yeah, I would too. But I think Marcus Smart on offense is not the smartest.
No, not at all.
He takes too many bad.
Yeah.
It's like a give or take. Like Pat Bev's not smart on defense, but he's smart on offense, and then Marcus Smart is smart on defense, but not on offense. I don't know. That's gonna be a tough one. I don't know when free agency starts though. I think it's like late December.
When is the draft? Like, have they set a date for the draft?
I think it's like November.
Yes, November 18th. I just looked it up. Is it gonna be virtual? Like I
Yeah,
truthfully,
yeah,
dang,
I think so. Whoa, they signed Ty Lue to a 5-year deal.
yeah.
Why would they do that? I don't know why, because I don't know if Kawhi and Paul George stay after a year. Like if they don't win it this year, do they just leave?
I feel like Paul Paul George would probably stay. I feel like Kawhi would be out.
Will he?
I don't.
I think Anthony Davis will do the same as LeBron, just sign 2 more years because LeBron has 2 years left. I don't think he wants to. Now, LA might be the good place to be if you're like stuck somewhere because at least with the Lakers, like, hey, we're LA, we can get
Yeah,
somebody. The Clippers is like you might not get anybody because you're still like little brother there. I don't know. 5 years is a long time. Oh, but you know what they said? They said Ty Lue, like a lot of NBA players are cool with Ty Lue. Like a lot of players are
yeah.
like close with him and would wanna like play for him.
Plus they got
So
Chauncey Billups as the assistant.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like that can.
Wait, they got Chauncey Billups?
Yeah,
Wasn't
he's the
he
lead
just on
assistant.
TV? Is he now?
Yeah, they got him. They signed Ty Lue and Chauncey Billups at the same time.
That's nice. I hope that what's his name? I hope that Ty Lue actually like makes his team play defense. Like I want to see them hold teams under 100 this year. Like not every team.
Yeah,
Like you probably won't hold the Mavericks under 100 or the Wizards, honestly, because our offense is like top 3 in the league, but our defense is like 30th. You know.
they
How
can
do you
do
feel
it.
about your Knicks though? Are
It's
you gonna root for the Nets at any point? Just like forget
oh,
about it.
absolutely not. But
No. He
I don't
said
know. The
no.
Knicks is just Jesus. I don't even know where to start. It's just
Man, I
bad.
can't imagine like the Knicks are like they should be getting free agents, but like the only reason they're not is probably because of Dolan, honestly.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to play for him.
Dolan is terrible. Like the decisions he's been making is just I don't know. Like you never should have let Porzingis go. You should have done
That was
everything that you
stupid.
can to keep
That was
Porzingis.
so stupid. That was ridiculous.
Like there's
I think
literally there's no way.
he's made some wild moves. Like he paid Amari Stoudemire way too much, and that man was on his last
Yep.
knee. I don't
It's
know. Julius
I don't
Randle is making like 30 million a year now.
I mean Julius Randle is not terrible. Like he's
Yeah, he's
probably the
not.
best player on our team.
Yeah. Well, after y'all traded Marcus Morris, he was y'all's best player, and then
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, RJ Barrett's doing decent
yeah.
for a rookie. Still think he got snubbed for all rookie team, but
Did he not make any of them?
he didn't make any of them.
Who made it over him? I'm trying to see.
That I can't remember his name.
Let
He
me
played
see.
for the Raptors and he averaged like 6, 7 points a game.
Let me see who made it this year.
Terrence Davis. And Terrence Davis averaged 7 points a game.
I don't even know Terrence Davis. Is he
He plays for the Raptors.
Yeah, I don't know how he got that.
Mm-mm.
He only played 17 minutes a game. That's crazy. That is crazy. Hold on. Did RJ not play like
No, he played
a
every
lot of
game.
games?
I'm pretty sure he
Oh, he
played
played
like
a lot of games. Yeah.
yeah, he played a lot of games. No
Yeah, I don't know how
injuries.
he didn't make it. He honestly might have made over Kobe White too.
Yeah, I feel like Hero. I would have put Hero first team.
No, I wouldn't have put Hero because only I see after the playoffs maybe, but in the regular season he wasn't the best
I
rookie.
mean, over Brandon Clark though. I
Well, they
would have
both
switched
made second
Brandon
team.
Clark. No,
Oh,
Brandon Clark made first team.
Brandon Clark is I don't think he's a guard though. Is he a guard? No, he's a
No, he's
forward.
power forward. Yeah, I wouldn't put him under over. I don't know about Kendrick Nunn.
I think
It's
because Kendrick Nunn had better regular season
regular
though.
season.
Because he started all the games,
He started every game.
and
Oh yeah,
Tyler only started 8 games,
he
and then
just
it switched in the playoffs.
yeah. I don't know. RJ Barrett, I think he could have fit in there somehow.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't see how not.
That man Zion made first team after like 20 games. That's crazy.
Yeah, but they were
Played
20
24 games
great.
and made
They were
first team.
24 great games,
I
bro.
know. That first game he had like 25 points. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's gonna be a problem if he just like cuts down a little bit and loses some weight and gets like a better shoot, like a better shot. That's a problem.
Yeah, if he could stay healthy and not get injured,
Yeah,
that'll be nice.
I feel like even if he would have played every game, I still feel like him and Morant would have been in a good contest for Rookie of the Year. Like I don't think it would have been like straight Zion because Morant was playing.
Yeah,
He was.
he was good. I think if Zion played the whole season, he probably would have won. But I think Ja would have had a better argument because his team
Yeah,
they didn't make the playoffs, but they did better. They did a little bit better.
yeah.
Because I think like Ja was really when they found out like Zion wouldn't play until like February, they were just like, yeah, just give it to Ja. And then they saw him hoop, they saw Zion hoop, and it was like, oh, well, if he can finish the season, he might have a chance. But
It's crazy that Zion still had one first place vote too for Rookie of the Year. Like Ja really had 99.
yeah. I know y'all heard one of the voters didn't have Anthony Davis on any of her like
I
all
saw that.
that was
I saw
crazy.
that.
You really have to hate
I
that man to do
I
that.
saw that.
That's crazy. That is
That's
funny.
I still think he should have got Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, he had an argument. I think he's a better defender than Giannis. I think he can guard on the perimeter better than Giannis. I didn't even think Giannis should have won MVP last year. I thought Harden should have won it last year because I thought Harden had one of the best seasons in like 30 years to me. Like I'm
That was
trying
when
to
he was
think.
dropping like 30, right? Yeah, like 36 a
Yeah,
game.
like 36
Yeah.
sevens. Like I'm trying to think like Russ and
Like I'm looking at it.
Westbrook, Steph
Paul
Curry.
George was literally third in the MVP votes
Yeah,
that year. I forgot Paul George was like balling last year.
yeah. I thought
Uh,
Harden should have been all defensive team last year too, because he actually played like really great. He's the
let me
best post defender in the NBA. That's why I was like guard post defender at least. That's why I thought he should have.
let me see who was like up
I don't
there.
think Giannis should have been first team last year because I was like he just blocked
Defensive?
shots. Yeah, I think he just blocks. Like he's a good help defender, but I think Pat Bev is a better defender than Giannis because I think Giannis is just like a help side defensive player.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put Pat Bev over Ben Simmons or Marcus Smart as the
Oh
guard.
yeah, not this year. Not this year. I was talking
Oh,
about last year. Yeah.
even last year, it was Marcus Smart and Bledsoe.
I would have put him. Well, I said like Pat Bev could have at least made second team probably.
Oh yeah, they had Clay on second.
Drew
I didn't know Clay
Holiday, I
was.
was like, well,
Yeah,
I would have put him over Clay because I think Clay missed.
I didn't know
I was
Clay
like
was on
Clay's
defensive team.
first all defensive.
It's weird to
So
see Draymond on like a second team defensive. I
yeah,
don't know. I feel like he could have been first over Giannis, 100%.
yeah. I think Draymond has a defense player of the year. I think.
Yeah, he definitely does.
So with this Lakers championship, with LeBron winning Finals MVP, everybody been talking about like the GOAT and everything. What do you think?
He's the
He
goat.
he's the
He's
GOAT.
he's my goat. That's my goat, 100%. There's
Interesting.
no argument for Michael.
No
There's
argument.
no. I don't know. I don't know. I think LeBron he got it. I
Interesting.
don't know. It's just
I think I mean, the way I judge basketball, I don't think there's a thing as the GOAT. Like, I think there has to be like a greatest five, like the
I
best
mean,
at your position, basically. Like, I
yeah.
can't really compare a point guard to a power forward because
Oh,
they're two
absolutely
different
not.
jobs. You know what I'm saying?
But if you're comparing LeBron to like Jordan, I feel like LeBron got the edge now. I feel like that was I feel like that was it. I feel like that. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I mean, to me, he's definitely the greatest small forward ever. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
easily
So,
great small
like,
forward, but
when I talk to my dad and stuff, I'll be like, yeah, he's the top 5 player ever. And he'll be like, what about Mike? I was like, top 5 ever. He's like, what about Magic? Top 5 ever. I think Bill
yeah.
Russell is the best center ever.
I
Like,
don't
by
know.
far to me.
I don't know. Kareem, you
Nah,
got
he went.
Kareem, you got Wilt.
Wilt is like top 25 to me. He's like pretty low for me.
I mean,
He's
yeah,
like the
because
5th greatest center to me.
Wilt wasn't really playing anybody. Wilt's competition was like
His competition was Bill Russell,
nothing.
and he got bodied. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, you can't take out Kareem.
I put Kareem at second best center. The only reason I do that is because Bill Russell is the greatest defensive player ever, right? They say because if you look like his numbers, they don't really have like steals and blocks.
Yeah,
But they say for his time, he would have averaged double-digit blocks for multiple seasons, right?
that's
So if we actually saw this man averaging 11 blocks a season, we wouldn't even know what to think about that, right? And he invented the outlet pass. Not like that really cares anyone, but
I mean,
like I don't really like to compare people's eras because it's not fair. Like I won't say put somebody in this era
yeah, no,
because like
it's
it's
different
all
basketball.
imaginary. Like you kind of have to dominate your own era because you're an athlete of
Yeah,
your era.
I agree.
So I put him there because he still had to play against like great centers like Bob Pettit, Will Chamberlain, and he still won like 11. So
I mean, Kareem is arguably one of the best scorers to ever play the game.
that's fair.
The
I
and
mean,
he's
I hold offense and defense the same, right? So I think
and
an
even
MVP.
defensive. I
So
mean,
what?
even defensively, Kareem. Like I'm looking at, he led the NBA in blocks 4 times. He was averaging 4 3 blocks a game pretty much every season. I mean,
Well, I mean,
it's
blocks doesn't
not
mean you're
double
a good
digit.
defender, though.
It doesn't,
Shaq averaged like 3 blocks and was a terrible defender. So
but he was playing like crazy minutes. 43, 40,
yeah.
44.
The reason I don't
Um,
put Kareem ahead is like his best years are probably in the 70s, right? So in the 70s, that's when he was like definitively the best player on his team, right?
yeah,
So in the 70s, he only won 1 championship. And when I say you have to dominate your era, you're going up against other centers in your era, so you should be beating other centers. A lot of centers beat Kareem for a ring in the 70s. Like Willis Reed won 2. Dave
yeah,
Cowens beat Kareem for a ring. Bill Walton beat that man twice. And
yes,
he missed
but
the
in
playoffs twice when he went to LA. That's why I'm like,
5 MVPs
Bill
in
Russell
10
got 5
years,
too.
but he got 5 MVPs in the 70s, 71, 72, 74, 76, 77.
I
Plus,
mean,
he had scoring champion, rebounding. I mean,
so Bill Russell's a defensive player, so his offensive numbers aren't as good, but his defensive numbers are better. The ones that we have, at least. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like my top. I'm trying to think. My top 5 is pretty much like, except for Kareem, is basically like the same as everyone else. Well, maybe not the same because in terms
yeah.
of like by position.
Who do you have for your top 5? Then?
So I have Magic, Mike, in no order, no order. Magic,
Yeah,
Mike, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell. So that's like they're the starting 5. So they're like my top 5.
yeah.
And then the next top 5, which would be like top 10. I'm trying to think. Point guard is probably Bob Cousy, honestly.
Over Stockton?
Yeah. Stockton and no.
I
Bob
mean,
Cousy got an MVP, 6 rings, led the league in assists like 8 times, Then Kobe, Larry
yeah.
Bird. Dennis Rodman is the second best power forward. I know that's crazy, right? And then Kareem is second best.
No Dirk. That's kind of.
Nah, I can't put Dirk over.
I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, Rodman definitely was like the definition of a role player.
I mean, he
Like,
got 2 defensive player of the years, so
Yeah, that's a role. Like he knew what he was doing, but I don't know about over Dirk. That's
I mean, to me, a defensive player of the year and an MVP are the same. They're worth the same because the MVP is an offensive award, and defensive player of the year is basically MVP for a defense. You know,
yeah. I can hear you, but it's just like I don't know. I feel like Dirk was just he was always like the number one player on the
would you
Mavericks.
put Dirk over KG?
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow, I can't agree with that.
yeah.
Dirk didn't play defense.
I mean, he didn't, but his offense kind of like did what it had to do. Pretty sure he's like the only big man in the 50-40 club, 50-40-90 club for one. Like that's just crazy feat.
I think, but Garnett's one of only like 5 players to have an MVP and defensive player of the year, though.
Yep.
It's tough.
I mean, no, that's true, but I mean, Dirk's defense wasn't terrible. It just wasn't.
It was pretty bad. I put Dirk, let me see. I have Dirk as the 4th best power forward. It's only because it's a lot of really good power forwards. Like, there's a lot of really good centers, too. So, like, telling people Shaq to me is like, well, Shaq is the 4th best center to me. But, like,
Yeah,
someone
I can agree with that.
Someone like, what's his name? Wilt. Like, I have him as the 5th best center. And to other people,
So who do you have at 4?
So
Or
I have
3, I meant. Or
Bill,
3, I
I have
meant.
Bill Russell, Kareem. Then I got Hakeem and Shaq.
Okay, I can.
Yeah,
I
it's tough
can,
though.
yeah.
Like if like people could argue Shaq and Wilt to me, like I won't be
Mhm.
mad. But or Hakeem too. But I like
I can.
Hakeem.
Yeah, I can go. I can go. I can go with that. I mean, it's just. Oh
Steph
no.
is like top 15 because he's like the 3rd best point guard
You said
ever.
Steph? Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Definitely Steph.
he has some action at being top 10, or he honestly has action at top 5. He still has some time.
I say AI would be top 15 too.
No, sir.
Really?
No way. Over D Wade. AI is a hard one because like AI was inefficient like crazy.
Oh
AI was
no. I
like
mean,
mad inefficient, and he didn't win, but he does have MVP.
he does have an MVP. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. He was just great
he might be
scorer.
top 25 because shooting guard. Like after D Wade, I'm trying to think of guys I put. Well, actually, Jerry West I put over him.
Drexler. I put Clyde Drexler up there too.
No, not well over AI.
Yeah, over AI, 100%.
Really?
I mean, it's Clyde was. You gotta think like if Clyde was playing against Michael, like he did great numbers. Like he was still first team NBA. He has a ring.
Oh, he does have a ring.
Yeah.
Let's see. He plays small forward too. So I'm trying to think of the shooting guards he played against in small forwards. He played early, so he went up against. Let's see,
He went up against Larry, Michael,
Larry, Dominique,
um,
Jordan.
Mullen, right?
Uh,
Yeah,
let
it
me
would have been
see.
Chris.
Chris
I'm pretty sure
Mullin.
Chris Mullen.
Yeah, Chris Mullin, Scotty, Grant Hill. Well, I don't think he played against Grant Hill.
Did he play against Dr. J?
Nah,
I mean, his
Dr.
first
J
year was 83.
I think Dr. J was over the hill by the 90s though.
Nah, he retired in 87. I mean,
Oh yeah, because he played in the 70s. I don't have Dr. J that high because, I mean, if we're counting the ABA too, I guess. I'm trying
he
to think.
wasn't. I wouldn't put him in maybe top 5 small forward.
He's a small forward. Let me think. LeBron, Larry.
KD.
I
You got to
put
put
Kawhi
KD.
and KD over Dr. J.
I don't know about Kawhi as a top 5 small forward.
Yeah, he is. If he gets one more ring, he passes KD to me. If he gets a ring before KD, he passes KD.
You put Kawhi over Scotty?
No. Oh, I'm tripping.
How about
Scotty's third, and then I put KD ahead for now, and then Kawhi fifth.
What about Dominique too? You put Kawhi
Nah,
over.
Dominique can't get past the second round. I'm sorry.
Might be a Knicks fan, but Melo. I mean, I wouldn't put
No,
him top
sir.
5, but I'd put Melo over Kawhi all time.
Whoa.
Yeah, you got to. You got to. You got to.
Are you serious?
100%. Yeah.
Why? Melo over Kawhi?
I don't.
Melo over Kawhi?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Kawhi hasn't played enough. I mean, Melo in his
What has
prime,
Melo done?
Carmelo in his prime was arguably the best scorer in the league for 2 to 3 years
Nah,
consecutively.
he was the best scorer in the league for 1 year.
I mean,
For 1
like
year.
that. I'm trying to think. 2014,
2013, 14.
2013, he had the scoring title. 2014, I'm pretty sure KD had like 0.1 or like 0.8 more points per game than him. But I mean, Melo was carrying the Knicks those years. Plus, he was just balling out on the Nuggets. I'd still put Carmelo over Kawhi. I don't know.
Carmelo does not even have an NBA first team.
He doesn't. I mean,
Kawhi has like 2, I think. Or does he? Kawhi has at least 1.
Kawhi has 2.
Yeah, he's got
He has
2.
2. He has 2.
And he's got 2 defensive player years. And he's got 2 championships.
No, it's just Melo was just different, man. Like
I
Melo
can't
was
go with that. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't go with that.
like even Melo's rookie year. Like
Now he does have. His rookie year is definitely amazing. I think he honestly should have been rookie of the year over LeBron that year. That's my opinion, but
I
nah.
can see
Career-wise,
why, but I don't know.
because LeBron played like 40-some minutes, so his
Yeah.
per 36 would have been worse than his actual numbers. And Carmelo took his team to the playoffs. But I feel you about he was a bucket.
He was a bucket. He was always the number 1 player on his team until he left New York. Always. Kawhi was his first few years, he was the 3rd option in San Antonio for a good 5 to 6 years.
Well, on offense, yeah, but he was the number 1 option on defense.
Oh, he was number 1 on defense, but I'm talking like offensively. Kawhi was just like, even on defense, I still think Tim Duncan was number 1. Tim Duncan on defense was
not by the time Kawhi got there.
I mean, Kawhi got drafted 2011. His first all-defensive team was 2014. So those 3 years.
I would honestly say it started in 2013 because he guarded LeBron the first year. Even though they lost, I would say by then it was like, I don't know. That's kind of wild though. Melo over.
It's a bold.
Kawhi.
It's a bold take, but I stand by it.
That's a spicy hot take. That is a spicy hot take. Isaiah Thomas? You said where?
Isaiah Thomas, Pistons or Celtics?
Pistons.
He's a top 5 point guard. I'd say he's top 5 point guard.
I'm trying to think of who played point guard.
I mean, you got Magic, Curry, Stockton, Steve Nash, Kidd.
I have him at 5, yeah. No, I have him at 5. I'm trying to think. Stockton and Kidd are not in my top 5. Neither is Nash.
I'd say Magic. I'd say Magic, Stockton. Actually, Magic, Walt Frazier, Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, Steve Nash.
You don't have Curry in your top 5?
It's Curry, Nash, and Isaiah Thomas. They're like interchangeable.
I have mine is Magic, Kuzi. Then I have Steph. Then I have Walt Frazier. Then I have Isaiah.
You don't have Steve. I mean, you don't have Steve Nash up there.
Nah, because he didn't win rings.
I mean,
Like an MVP is cute, you know what I'm saying? But
But like with that logic, where do you have Robert Horry as like a top player
well,
at his
see, Robert
position?
Ory doesn't have any All NBA anything.
I mean, he got
Like
7
you got,
rings.
yeah, but you gotta be the best something. You know what I'm saying? At least make an All NBA team.
I mean,
And
Steve Nash got the MVP. He just don't got the ring. I mean,
I know, but
he has 2 MVPs. I didn't know about that.
everyone else before has at least like either MVP or Finals MVP
I
or
mean,
and at
but
least
Steve Nash has 2 MVPs.
yeah. But everyone else has at least 2 rings.
Yeah, I mean, I can, I can, I can see it.
I
Yeah,
think with Nash, like he's close. I would honestly put him. He could be 6. Like he's like right outside. If he had 1 ring, honestly, I put him ahead of
Oh wait,
Devontae Thomas.
I might put Oscar. I put Oscar Robertson up there too.
Oh,
Completely
true.
forgot about him.
Oh,
Completely
I
forgot
forgot about
about
us.
him. Yeah,
So I might actually have to kick somebody. I'll kick Isaiah and put Oscar.
yeah.
I
I
keep
can.
Walt Frazier because Walt was better defensively.
Yeah,
Um, I'll put Oscar 4, Walt 5.
Oscar was that triple double back then meant a lot more than Russ's do now.
That's facts. I remember when Russ got it. I was like, what year was that? Was that?
Like 2017.
Yeah. So I was
I
like
have a
ninth grade.
second.
I remember the TV every day was like, oh, he needs 20 more assists
Yeah,
until he get. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
and then he got it, and now he
And
gets it
he
like every
got it. I
year,
was
and
like,
it's just
man,
like, eh.
yeah.
Like man really has been averaging a triple double. This is his
Yes.
first year not having a triple double in 3 years. I didn't know that.
I'm trying to think the last time Martin Luther King was probably alive. The last time a man averaged a triple double.
Well, I mean,
That was so long ago. That's
that's
crazy.
kind of crazy to think about. Let's see, Oscar Robertson averaged a triple double in 71.
Really?
Yeah, 1970-71 season. Nixon was still president. That's actually insane.
71?
Yeah.
No, it says
Oh, it says
61.
62. Yeah, I
So
completely
who
misread
was
that.
that?
Yeah.
Kennedy? I think
Mm,
John F. Kennedy was probably president. Or Lyndon Johnson or something?
it was
Yeah, it
Kennedy.
was
It was
Kennedy.
Kennedy. That's
I don't even think the Cuban Missile Crisis had happened yet. Hold
that
on.
was still the Cold War. I'm pretty sure.
I know. I don't even know if the Cold War. Yeah, it did actually. Yeah, Cuban Missile Crisis hadn't even started yet.
That's
That is wild. I don't even think they
crazy.
had color TV.
I like they. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, not in the 60s.
They had that man playing 44 minutes a night. Oh my goodness.
That's,
That's
well,
crazy.
hey, he didn't even get the MVP that year. That's even crazier.
Yeah, because that was the year like that
I'm
was
pretty
the
sure that
year
was the year.
Wilt had 50.
Yeah, and like Bill Russell had like 20 rebounds a game.
Yeah. And Elgin had like 30, 20, and 10. Or
Oh
not
yeah,
10. He had
Wilt was
30.
averaging 50 and 25.
And he didn't even win MVP that year either.
Yeah, Bill Russell won it, averaging 18 and 23.
Yeah. I think he was averaging like 15 blocks though, which is crazy.
That's actually that. This MVP race is
Yeah.
disgusting.
That's insane. But I think that was back when the players used to vote for the MVP and not
No,
the
yeah,
media. I think the
I don't.
players started voting and then like the 80s is when the media started.
It's crazy that the players wouldn't have voted for Wilt. Like he's dropping 55 points on all of your guys' heads, and you guys didn't think he was the best player.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with Russ. Like the media voted Russ when he got a triple double, but the players voted James Harden. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's never like I don't think it's ever like really the same. Like the players in the media pick. It's always like different. But nah, we've been on basketball for a minute, so I want to talk about NFL. Your team is, I think it's the Steelers, right? Steelers,
Saints.
Saints. How do you feel about New Orleans right now?
They got to stop giving the ball to Taysom Hill.
I agree with that.
I
They
can't.
need
I
to use
can't
that
do
man
it.
way more.
Oh, no, I said stop.
Oh, stop?
Yeah, no, I can't. It's you telling me 3rd and goal on the 15-yard line. You're pulling Drew Brees out and putting Taysom Hill in at quarterback?
Man, I don't
Nah.
know. Y'all honestly got super lucky to beat the Chargers.
hmm I
Y'all
don't.
got
I
very
don't.
lucky.
I don't see like what Sean Payton's like obsession is with Taysom Hill. Like I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
Y'all
get
need
it.
to use Alvin Kamara a lot more, though.
I feel like we just need to get this year over. Drew Brees got to retire and just put some trust in Jameis Winston.
Mm,
Brees is showing his age. I don't know if you watched the Chargers game like in full. He was making some really bad passes. Like,
yeah. I said the same thing about Tom Brady. I don't think Tom Brady is.
I mean, he's been doing pretty good. Like that, he had one bad game
He had a
last
bad
week,
game last. Well, not really a bad game. It wasn't a good game. He really got outplayed by Nick Foles,
but
honestly.
5 touchdowns on the Chargers at 42. That's
Yeah, but the Chargers suck, though.
still, I don't know. It's just, I think Brady's, I think he's gonna play until he can't play anymore. I think Brady's gonna keep going.
Yeah. Well, let me see who the Saints have like to play. Y'all
We
have,
have a bye this week.
yeah, bye. Then Carolina, Chicago, Tampa Bay, 49ers. I think y'all will go 3-1 in your next 4 games. I don't think you beat Chicago, but I think you beat Carolina.
Realistically, I don't think we beat Tampa.
Y'all gonna beat Tampa.
It's in Tampa.
Tampa's not that good to me.
Brady doesn't lose at home though. That's the thing. Brady, I don't know.
I don't know. Tampa just doesn't look. I don't know. They don't look that spectacular. I don't know what I'm gonna get from Tampa every week. That's the thing. I mean, I
But
guess I
like,
could say the same about the Saints, but
like the
y'all put
NFC
up like
East,
20.
we put up 30, 30,
Y'all put up
30.
30 like every game except Las Vegas.
I feel like the NFC East is easily the worst division in football,
That is a fact.
but we are pretty close to them as a division.
Yeah.
Atlanta and the Panthers have a combined 1 win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
The Panther or the Falcons, they need to get rid of Matt Ryan. They are wasting that man
Yeah,
Julio Jones's future.
Matt Ryan is telling me in fantasy football. I will say that.
If you put Julio on any other team, they might be a playoff team. If you put them
I
on the
feel
Lions, they're probably
yeah,
a playoff team.
they're reminding me a lot of the Steelers 2 years ago, where they were just wasting Antonio Brown's talent, but Juju was getting crazy receptions. Calvin Ridley's reminded me of Juju a lot because Calvin Ridley's playing, but
Yeah.
it's just because they're not giving Julio the ball and they weren't giving Antonio Brown the ball. They remind me a lot of that Steelers team.
Yeah. What do you think about Dallas? Like, Dak just had the whole leg. I watched
Oh,
it live. I was like, oh my goodness.
that's their season.
That is
That's
their
it.
season.
Unless Andy Dalton comes out playing like Mahomes, like nah, that's their season.
Do you think I mean they could still win the division though, because it's that bad, right?
I mean, the division is terrible, but they won't go far in the playoffs
Because their
if they make
defense
it.
is just so bad.
They won't
Like their
go far in the
run
playoffs.
defense,
Like, yeah, their run defense is terrible.
like they put up the Browns put up like 400 rushing yards
Yeah,
last week.
even like they really shouldn't have a win. That game against Atlanta,
That's yeah. That was
Atlanta's, they really
yeah.
should be 0-4.
I saw them down like 26, and then I checked my phone when I get home, and they came back and won. I was like, how?
It's crazy because like if Dak wouldn't have gotten hurt, I feel like he would have had a historic season, like stats wise.
Oh yeah.
He was throwing for some crazy yards. Like that's it's
The
really
only knock I have on Dak is like a lot of the yards he throws like that are crazy. He does after they're down like 20 points already. So it's
yeah.
like they'll come back in the game and then it'll look good overall. But it's like, you're
Yeah,
down 28 already. But that's,
like that whole division. I'm just like, it's
that
just
division is
sad.
terrible.
The Giants are gonna get their first win this week though
Who are they playing?
against the football team.
No, they're not beating Washington.
Yeah, they are. I think they are.
Nah.
I
Well,
feel like that's
Washington is bad too. I think they started Kyle Allen.
yeah. They're starting Kyle Allen. They're gonna win. Devontae Freeman's
Washington might actually lose.
yeah. Washington's losing. This is gonna be the Giants' like first and only win.
Yeah, the Giants, they're just like, I don't know what they have. Like their defense is okay.
Devontae Freeman's not a bad running back.
Yeah. Well, the Washington has a really good defensive line, but
Yeah,
that's
but they're not
basically
gonna.
it.
It's gonna be like a low scoring game.
It's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
like
like
a
3-0,
10-7.
like
Yeah.
3-0. Like it's just not gonna be a good game.
What do you think about the Patriots? Because I've been watching them low key. I think if Cam Newton comes back from like COVID and
Yeah,
everything,
Cam's playing. I got it. Cam Newton's playing. The running back situation there is kind of Rex Burkhead is getting a lot of
is Sony
touches.
Michel not playing?
I'm pretty sure he's hurt.
Oh, he's hurt.
Yeah, yeah, he is. He's on IR.
Mm. I think if Cam had played against the Chiefs, they might have possibly won that game because they had Brian Hoyer out there looking sad. Like it was sad what I was watching.
I don't know. I think the Chiefs are arguably like they might be the best team in the NFL
Seattle
right
won for
now.
you.
I meant like
Oh, in the
AFC wise,
AFC,
like
definitely.
AFC. Seattle and the Chiefs was my Super Bowl prediction like before the season started.
Yeah. I think, see, it was so close. Like at halftime, it was 3-6 against New England and Kansas City. And they literally, the only reason it wasn't 6-all is because Brian Hoyer like took a sack instead of throwing the ball out of bounds.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
feel like the Chiefs Bills game this Sunday is going to be like a very high scoring, hyper offensive game. Because Josh Allen is playing. Like I didn't
I was
expect him
really
to
high
be.
on Buffalo until I saw what Tennessee did to them on Tuesday. That was,
I mean,
I
the
don't know.
Titans also had 3 weeks to prepare.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Like they've been fighting Rona.
Yeah.
Nah, Buffalo, I feel like Josh Allen is making a case for MVP, and that's
Yeah.
just not something I expected.
I think Russell Wilson, to me, I don't it's only been 4 games, but I'm trying to look at Seattle's schedule. They might actually be able to go. They might be able to go the distance. Like they might be able to win all these games, honestly. Like they got Buffalo's probably their hardest matchup. And then they got the Rams twice, but I think they can beat the Rams both times. They might,
Yeah,
and
they have a
they've got the
really
NFC
easy
East for the rest of their games. Like they
they have
might
a really
actually,
easy schedule.
yeah,
The 49ers twice, and Jimmy G is just playing like
yeah. They benched Jimmy G.
terrible. Yeah, the Bills is their only like
Yeah,
tough.
they
Maybe
might
the
actually go
Eagles.
16-0.
You never know with the Eagles, so that's the thing.
That is facts. The Eagles always seem to like stick around.
They're about to have 6 wins and be in the playoffs too, which is insane.
They might have 5 wins and get in the playoff.
Yeah, that's just.
I like the AFC North though. It's a pretty close race. Like they got 3 teams that won 3.
I think the Steelers probably gonna go the distance in that division though. I can never tell with the Browns. It's like I
I
don't
like the
know.
Browns now because I think they're more a balanced team now.
With
Like
Chubb
they
hurt,
run the ball a lot more.
but Chubb hurt though.
Yeah, they got Kareem Hunt. So
Yeah, I like the AFC South a lot. The Titans and the Colts. The Texans may be terrible,
the
but
Texans are sad,
but
man.
the Titans and the Colts are gonna be one of them is going to be wild card, and one of them will
I
go
think the
playoff.
Titans will probably pull it out.
I know that Colts defense is just
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
like they've only allowed a team. They only allowed two teams to hit 20. They allowed 11, 11, and 7 in 3 games.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Um,
What do you think about the Ravens? I'm personally not sold on Baltimore. Like, I don't think Baltimore is.
it's with the Ravens. It's just like their schedule. Like they have to play the Steelers, the Colts, the Titans, the Steelers again. It's I don't know. I don't. Lamar is doing like Lamar, but they just don't have a solid running back anymore. Ingram just I don't know what happened to him, and J.K. Dobbins isn't that good.
Mhm. I feel like the Ravens are like really. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't think they're as good as people think. Me personally, I don't know. I feel like Lamar Jackson isn't as great of a passer of the football as he needs to be.
No,
Like,
I don't think so. I agree.
yeah, like he might as well just be a running back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I tweeted, I was like, he's the best running back in the NFL because he is.
he is. No, he is. But I
Yeah.
also feel like with the Steelers, whenever they play the Ravens, they're gonna cook the Ravens secondary.
Yeah.
Like if I say like Claypool really just had a game like that.
Mhm.
That's like ridiculous, and it's the Ravens just aren't gonna beat the Steelers.
Yeah. After seeing what the Chiefs did against the Ravens secondary, like I know like the Chiefs have a lot of weapons, but
Nah, they
like
just broke them.
Ravens have a lot of like big name players in their secondary, but it's just like how are you getting torched so much? Because
Like
they're like I heard they're like too aggressive. Like I
you have
was
Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey.
yeah,
They're just getting it's ridiculous.
yeah. But they have Ravens have the Eagles, they should win that. And then Steelers, and then Colts, and then Patriots. I don't know if they even beat the Patriots, honestly.
I
'Cause
mean,
I like New England's defense. I like their defense.
their defense is good. It's just that quarterback situation.
Yeah,
You need Cam to come back. Hoyer was terrible, and then they put Stidham in, and Stidham is
yeah,
just even worse.
yeah. Oh, they said Odell was sent home from the Browns practice with illness. Let's see. Did he get COVID?
I know the
Oh,
Falcons, like they shut down operations. I don't know if you saw
think
that.
they'll even? Do you think they'll even like finish the season?
No, not at
Really?
all. Not at all. After what happened with the Falcons today, no. They had to shut down their whole facility, and it's just like spreading. So
Yeah.
I feel like they should have did like the NBA did and the MLB did, and
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
what I
did
said.
like
I
a
was like,
bubble.
yeah. I'm surprised how the MLB was even to get theirs because they don't really have a bubble.
It's just
They just don't have fans.
it's the only thing with the NFL is it's too many people to keep in a bubble. Like I think every team has 55 players max, not
Yeah.
counting like staff. That's literally like one hotel for every team.
Hmm.
Like I saw they canceled the Pro Bowl. Like that
Yeah.
was I don't
What do you
know.
think about college football? Because like they're having. I don't know if you're following, but like
Yeah,
Nick Saban tested positive,
I did see that.
and they play
I did.
Georgia on Saturday.
I feel like college football is easier because like they're only playing like some most schools are only playing like in their conference. So
Yeah.
it's like if you like I know like for Virginia Tech, like a lot of our players were injured, so we're just like pulling red shirts in,
Yeah.
and it's working. But it's like I feel like that's easier because you can just like bring in players and bring in random coaches, and they can just do the same thing because it's still college football.
Yeah. I know I knew like at the beginning I knew the SEC wasn't going to cancel because I was like they need that money,
They need that money.
but I don't know Alabama. I think Alabama will work Georgia on Saturday. Like I think they'll just like destroy them.
Oh, it's yeah.
I think people are making it seem like it'll be close. I don't trust the whole Georgia offense situation. I don't like their quarterback is. I mean,
I
he did
mean,
good against. He did what he was supposed to, but
yeah.
against
I feel
Alabama,
like
play better than supposed to.
I feel like it's gonna be a good game though.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a really interesting game to watch.
yeah.
Is there any other ranked teams playing? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Ohio State hasn't started playing yet. They don't play until another week or two. I'm trying to see what the rankings are. Clemson, Alabama, Georgia, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is how is North Carolina number 5? What is going
North
on?
Carolina's playing. I don't know if you've
Oh
been like
yeah, true,
watching.
true, true.
Their offense is like
I never trusted Notre Dame though. Like they made
nah.
the playoff once, and I was like, I don't think they're that good, and then they got destroyed.
I don't like Notre Dame, and I don't how I feel about Cincinnati either.
Yeah, I honestly don't even trust Alabama's defense.
No.
But like it's Alabama, so you kind of have to put them in there. Like I think if they play Clemson, they get destroyed.
Yeah. I think Clemson is just like
Yeah,
I think they're like their championship is pretty much just like it's coming. Like they're gonna win this year.
yeah. I'll hold on that until I see Ohio State, but I would pick Clemson right now. Yeah, because I thought the championship when Clemson played Ohio State last year, like it was like real close. It was like a bad wide receiver decision that really cost him that game.
But either way, either team was going to lose to LSU last year.
Yeah, yeah. I thought Alabama was the only team that could have beaten them, and
yeah,
when Tua got hurt, I was like, it's over.
I just feel bad for Trevor Lawrence. He's doing all this to play for the Jets.
Hey man, yeah, that's tough.
He's doing all
that
this.
Is tough. I don't know why Tua isn't playing right now. Like the Dolphins could definitely use him right now.
I mean, Fitzpatrick's not playing bad.
Yeah,
Fitzpatrick's not playing. I mean, he could be doing a lot better, but I mean, it's not like he's like losing them games.
I just think Tua could possibly do better. I don't know what they see though. I don't like watch practices, but yeah.
I feel like Tua reminds me of like a Lamar with like a worse arm.
Yeah. Like I remember first watching him like throw the ball. I was like, man, this guy's good. Like he's just different. I don't know. I know you heard about Le'Veon Bell. Like he just got cut. Do you think he'll get picked up anywhere? Or
I've seen some rumors that the Chiefs are going to take him.
If the Chiefs, if the NFL lets the Chiefs just pick up Le'Veon Bell, I'm about to.
They said the Chiefs, the Dolphins, and the Bills are his top 3 choices. If he gets on the
choices,
Bills,
or like
those are like the 3 that are like interested in him. And that's like he's considering between those 3. I feel like if the Chiefs get him or the Bills get him, it's over for their division. Because I mean, like with the Bills, I don't think any other team in that division can stop the run. And you still have Diggs running routes. And then with the Chiefs, I mean, Mahomes, that's just going to open the pass game for him a lot.
Yeah. But you really don't think they'll finish the season?
I want them to. I just feel like something's going to happen like the NBA season did. Like one player is going to get like a whole team sick, and then they're just going to like be pressured pretty much to cancel the season. I don't know. It's a lot of games are getting postponed and canceled, and it's like they can't even.
Yeah.
Like the Titans had a whole like 3 weeks of just no football.
Yeah, they just were getting COVID. Everybody.
Yeah. That's crazy. The Patriots too, and there's a lot of like there's a lot more positive cases than.
I think the NFL. I think they'll keep going. I don't think they should, but I think they will only because like. I feel like they really need the money. Like the NBA is just like whatever. Like if you don't watch us, whatever, we're gonna do it. The NFL is kind of like I don't know. I don't know when they start taking. Like I don't think they've taken it serious if they still are letting teams have fans in the building.
I mean, I feel like for the playoffs, at least, I think they'll make a bubble for the playoffs.
Oh yeah, that would be very.
I think they'll do something for the playoffs, but like right now, I think it's kind of just like, whoever just makes it out. I
I'm
feel like they'll
curious
keep.
what the NBA will do next season. Like when they have all the teams, like they'll have to have more than just Orlando because that's not going to be big enough.
I want to know if they're gonna like start like is the NBA just gonna like permanently become like this schedule now? Like, are
I
we
was
gonna like?
thinking that. I was thinking that. I mean, I think it would be fine. Like I thought this schedule was fine. I mean, it kind of intersected with baseball, so it's like if they
But
want to
like,
compete with postseason baseball, they can.
if they do that, there's no sports on from February
Yeah.
to May.
Like
Like,
I don't really watch
I
baseball in the
don't.
summer. I don't watch
Uh,
it till like October.
yeah,
So
I don't watch hockey. Like, I mean,
yeah,
there's
I
not
watch
gonna be like.
hockey in the Stanley Cup, and if my team's like winning, but
Yeah.
other than that, I don't. I think they should. I like the schedule. Like I heard Adam Silver was talking about starting in January.
I mean, that
Because
wouldn't be
I think
terrible.
he's hoping that they'll be able to get fans in the buildings at some point. I don't think I don't think
It's
he'll get fans this year,
not.
but yeah.
No, I don't know. It's just gonna be. I hope they don't like wait too long, and then it's like the NBA is just like it's been like a whole year without basketball.
Yeah, I couldn't go without
Mm-mm.
basketball for
I,
like 5 months. Basketball, I watch. I'll basketball is like the only sport I'll watch like every team. Like if you're bad or not, I'll
yeah,
watch.
it's just yeah. I mean, I can do the same with football, but it's like if it's like two really bad, like if it's the Giants
Yeah,
and the Jets playing, I will not be watching that
right.
game.
Yeah, I don't even watch Washington most of the times, and I love Washington, but I can't even watch them play. Like,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. Nah, NBA is gonna be hype next season. If
it depends on
they,
when they start it.
I just want it to start. Yeah, I want to see the draft. I want to see. I hope my Washington team can at least get in the playoffs. Like it's been so long since we were not so long, but like it's been a
I
couple
don't know
years.
if you'll make it though.
I know because I mean we can make maybe like a 7 seed, possibly if Wall
I
comes
mean,
back at least anything he used to be, and if Beal is still averaging 30, and I think we have like a top 10 pick, so
but I
trust
feel
me.
like the same six teams that made it last year, like Milwaukee, Toronto, Boston, Pacers, Heat, Sixers, they'll make playoffs. The Nets will make playoffs.
I don't know
I
if the
feel like that
Pacers make it, but I think the
if they
rest of
keep
them will.
Oladipo, if they keep Oladipo, they should.
I keep hearing that he's leaving though. I don't like. I keep hearing that he says I'm leaving. I don't know if that's true or not though.
Uh, I just feel like
They
that
do have
eighth
T.J.
seed.
Warren too, because
Yeah,
he's going
uh,
crazy.
T.J. Warren was,
He was losing
but
his
like
mind. Yeah,
we just hope we got. I gotta just hope that he like keeps that up outside the bubble.
yeah.
And they have Brogdon too, and Miles Turner. I
I
don't
was
know.
thinking Detroit, but I think Detroit is trying to trade Derrick Rose to like the Clippers or something. That would be interesting though if he
That would
got to
be.
the Clippers, because I don't know. Like the Clippers need a lot, but they also only need like one. It could be like one person could really just like change their whole team. But I
I
feel
just
like
don't
they
see the
need a lot
Clippers.
though.
I don't see them as a top three team in the West.
The
I
Clippers.
don't. Nah. I still
Who do
would
you
put
see?
the Lakers. I put the when the Warriors come back healthy. That's just gonna be, and then the Nuggets, even the Rockets, depending on what they do with Westbrook. And
I know the Nuggets just beat the Clippers, but I still wouldn't put them over the Clippers
I don't
because
know. It's
I just think I never thought Doc Rivers was a good coach, and I blame the whole series except for Game 7. I blame it on Doc because Doc like played the wrong people. Like he would play Lou Williams, Reggie Jackson, and Montrez
yeah, that's not.
when they're up 19, and then watch them go on a 13-0 run. And it's just like, what are you doing? But I think Ty Lue could attract a lot of free agents because
He
people
can.
just
He
like Ty Lue.
definitely can.
And Ballmer has money, so he's not afraid to spend.
But it's like I still feel like the Nuggets are the better team offensively than the Clippers.
I
And
would
I feel like
agree.
on a head-to-head matchup, the Clippers and the Nuggets is like a really good matchup on paper, but I still see the Nuggets winning.
I mean, I agree. I think the Nuggets are going to be the Clippers' worst matchup. Like, I thought the Clippers would do worse against the Nuggets than against the Lakers, but I think the Lakers would dominate the Nuggets, because I
Yeah.
think the West is like matchups. Like, I never thought the Lakers could have beaten the Clippers, but I said if the Clippers don't even get past Denver, then they're straight,
Yeah.
and they didn't. So,
But even like I'd even say Utah and the Clippers would be a really good because Donovan Mitchell came in the bubble and he was hooping like that was
yeah, I don't
different. I
think
don't think
I don't know if Utah has enough though. Like I
they
think
just don't
they're the
have
same with Dallas without Porzingis. Like you're good, but you don't have enough. Like
they
Luca's
don't have
just
the depth. They don't have the depth to like play with the Clippers. I feel like Mitchell and Gobert would give them some issues.
yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely inside. I think the reason Utah for me, like I know when I watched the Maverick series, like I didn't watch the whole series because I was like really busy at one point. But like when I would watch, like they'd have Luca take the ball up court and they have Pat Bev on him, and then they switch, and then it's Paul George, and
Yeah,
and it's Kawhi. It's just like if you're the only person running the offense, you got to get through all three of them. That's just going to be
they
like,
needed the Mavericks needed Porzingis to even
yeah, they
play.
need they need. Honestly, I think they need more than Porzingis because Porzingis is never healthy.
But when he
Porzingis
is healthy,
is always getting
he's
hurt
when he is healthy though, he's a
because like he
great
he tore
player.
his
But
meniscus, and then before that was ACL, and he
yeah,
missed the whole season and a half. Like I don't know. Like I heard, like his rookie year was he played 65 games. That's the most he's played in a season, and that's crazy.
his rookie year he played 72, and
Oh,
then
really?
after that, every year it just like dropped and
Yeah.
dropped and dropped.
He's like Embiid. Like Embiid is great when he's on the court, but if he's not on the court,
Yeah,
that's gonna be
yeah.
yeah. I'm hopeful that I want to see some free agents go somewhere, but not somewhere that it's just like there's one team that is a no brainer, like the best team.
The Knicks. Everybody just signs with the Knicks. We're good. You know,
I
all
hope
we
the
need
Knicks
is
get somebody, but I don't know if people like rock with the Knicks.
no one. No one. It's not the
Nobody,
Knicks. It's
nobody.
Dolan. Like no one wants to play for Dolan. Like that's literally like no one
It's
wants to
rough,
play for
man.
Dolan.
I thought Chicago could have gotten Anthony Davis, but after they won, it's like he's not leaving. Why would you? Yeah.
Chicago needs a good big man.
Chicago's another city. It's like I don't know if people want to play in Chicago.
I mean, if they like Levine is not bad. Levine is
Yeah.
definitely the best player on that team. But it's like I feel like Levine's gonna try get tired of it and then just leave.
Yeah.
Like
I
Levine's the
think,
only player
yeah.
averaged more than 15.
Yeah.
That's,
And it's like you don't even know if they're gonna get any better. Like you don't know if they'll get somebody.
yeah,
Like at least with Washington, it's like, okay, Bill's averaging 30. We suck right now, but at least John's coming back. Like maybe he can give us like 20 and 10. And I'll take 20 and 10
yeah, but it's
over Ish Smith and whoever we have.
like that's just I can't even like Chicago is just like the Knicks are bad, but I feel like we could at least beat Chicago.
Oh
And
yeah.
they only had
Oh,
one
yeah.
more win than we did.
Yeah.
It's just the Cavaliers need a lot too.
The Cavaliers, they need to literally trade away Kevin Love. I don't know why they even got Andre Drummond. Like that's a
But
waste
like
of money.
on paper, Andre Drummond and Kevin Love, like as a front court, is really
Yeah.
a good front court, but it's not.
They're just not like
Mm-mm.
they're not good enough to I don't even know if they can make the playoffs. And
No,
with
God no.
Kevin Love he just signed, I don't know how much money he's making. He's making like Chris Paul money. And then Andre Drummond, I think Andre Drummond might be a free agent coming up. He would be good. Andre Drummond would be good on the Clippers.
Yeah, Kevin
And
Love's
he
making
he'd be good
30
on a lot of
mil.
teams. He'd be good on Boston. He'd be good on
on Boston.
because Boston really needs a big man.
Then Andre Drummond's like a big man that's gonna get there. He's gonna get you a good 20, 30
Yeah.
rebounds some games, and that's just
He just needs
all
to
you
stop
need.
selling and taking bad. Like
Yeah.
I keep seeing videos of him working out, like taking step back threes. I'm like, please stop.
Just
It's like, what are you doing, man?
I don't know, like the Boston could be like Tatum, Brown, Kemba. That's a good
Yeah,
like three. Just trade Hayward, get a big man,
yeah.
and run
Because
with it.
honestly, I was hoping Boston would get past Miami because I thought Boston would do better against the Lakers because
They definitely
Boston,
would
at
have.
least you have if you have more than one person they run your offense through. Like I'd feel more comfortable running my offense through Tatum and Kemba than Jimmy. Like I love Jimmy, but
Yeah.
give me Kemba and Tatum, and then Jalen Brown
Jimmy
too.
was
Honestly, Jalen Brown over like Tyler Hero at this point.
Tyler Hero played so good in like the Eastern
Yeah,
Conference Finals and semifinals. He did not play.
because Kemba was getting worked on
Yeah.
defense. Yeah.
I feel like Iguodala should be getting a lot more minutes too on Miami.
Oh, I
Like
said
he's
this on my last podcast. I think Iguodala's gonna go back to Golden State.
back to Golden State.
Yeah, they traded him because like, or he was a free agent, right? Or no, they traded him to get somebody from Memphis, and then he was like, "I'm not playing for Memphis." Like he was like, "I'm not doing it," and they cut him, and then he signed with Miami. But I think he'll end up going back to Golden State this year. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he considered that.
It's crazy to think that Iguodala has more Finals MVPs than Steph Curry.
That is crazy.
That it
I've
that
never been one to really care so much for a Finals MVP. Like,
But it's like that should have been. I feel like Curry should have gotten it that
yeah,
year.
people say it a lot. I'm not mad at Iguodala because he did hold LeBron to like 37% shooting, which is crazy.
Yeah, but KD getting it back to back. Nah.
I thought, let me see. I don't remember what Steph's numbers were. I think Steph deserved it. I think Steph could have gotten it the second, like 2018. 2017 was definitely KD though. He had like
2018,
33 and
he
8.
was averaging 28 and 10. That's KD. He was averaging 27, 6 and 7.
I think it's because he had that bad game three. Like game three was terrible. Like I think he went 0 of 10 from three. And that was like the game that hurt him. Like I thought AD could have won Finals MVP until he got hurt, and I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
But even 2017, he was averaging. Oh no, KD was averaging
KD was
35,
averaging 30 and 33 and
35.
8. Yeah.
I feel like LeBron should have gotten it that year, even though he lost. He did averaging a triple double with that team. That's like LeBron was doing the best he could. I feel like if they were gonna give it to a loser, I feel like LeBron should have gotten it, 100%.
I don't think that would have been the year. I think the year 2015 would have been the best year to give it to somebody that lost. Because like KD was like it's hard to not give it to somebody that averaged 33 and 8. You know, if you're gonna give it to Iguodala who averaged 8 points over LeBron, I could see you being upset about that. You know, I think 2015 they honestly could have gotten it. I don't know. I don't think the NBA wants to give it to somebody that lost. Like they did it once and they were probably like, I wish we never did that. You
I
know?
mean, Iguodala was averaging 16 in that finals. LeBron was averaging a whole 35, 8,
35,
and 13, with his starting point guard being Deladova
yeah.
and Mike Miller. Like,
I think that's another reason they didn't give it to because like when Kyrie got hurt in game one and they still won 2 games like after. So people probably thought, oh yeah, you could win this series without him. You know.
LeBron had Timothy Mozgov as his starting
Yeah, that
center.
was
They were
sad.
they were
That
not
was
winning.
sad.
They were not
That
winning.
was sad.
They were not winning.
Yeah, that was. I said the same with AD. I was like, AD needs to leave New Orleans because he's wasting his talent.
And he left,
Like they
and I
are
mean,
wasting his talent.
yeah. I feel like he's gonna stay.
Yeah, I
in
think he will
LA.
too.
I feel like LeBron's more likely to leave than AD.
I think LeBron will retire after his contract is up, like in 2 years. I don't see him playing until he's 40, though. I don't think he wants to.
I think he. I mean, I think he would. I feel like that's LeBron. I feel like LeBron just has that mentality where he's gonna like Brady, like they're just gonna play until they can't play anymore.
Yeah, that's true. I think football is easier to play when you're older because they're trying to protect the quarterbacks.
But like
And then basketball is just like the miles he's playing.
even
Like they had
LeBron
that
is
man
still
still playing
playing
36.
like he's in his prime.
Yeah. I
He's
know. I
playing.
think basketball, I mean, I definitely think he could do it. I think basketball is harder to play when you're older
Oh
because
yeah, I agree.
they
It's a
don't
lot
do anything
more
to protect you, you know.
running up and down the court and all that. But I mean, he's still playing 35 minutes a
It's a
game,
lot. But I feel you. It's
and
LeBron, so
he led the league in assists per game last year too. He's 30, what, 35, 36?
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like his prime is like still going, and LeBron's gonna play for a very long time.
Yeah, he's what, 35 right now?
Yeah, 35.
And he turns 36 in December. So yeah, he has some time, yeah. But I think he only has 2 years left. I don't know what he does after those 2 years.
On the contract.
Yeah, because
Um,
he only signed a 4 year when he came.
yeah, I feel like he could re-sign. I feel knowing LeBron, I feel like he'd want to like end his career in Cleveland.
No, he's not going back to Cleveland.
I think I
Because Dan
mean, just
Gilbert,
like,
he doesn't rock with Dan Gilbert at all. That man
but
called him an
yeah,
SOB after he left the first time. I'm surprised he even came back the second time, but you know.
I feel like that's just like a LeBron thing to do. Like, just go back, play one more year in Cleveland, and then just leave.
I think he should just stay in LA because like if you retire, you already have like you can keep doing your life after back because he did say he wants to own the team. He's not gonna own the Lakers, but
Mm,
he
maybe
can.
like
I'd
the
like to
Mets.
see him trying to own Cleveland. Like I don't know if Dan Gilbert likes him like that though.
I don't think Cleveland. I feel like it'd be like a not like a Hornet. You know, like Jordan went to like the Hornets. It was like
Yeah,
a team that wasn't like great, but they at least need. I feel like it'd be like a team like that. Like maybe like
yeah.
Detroit or like Orlando.
Orlando, I could see. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a city that's not. It's like Jordan owned Washington, and then he gave it up to play, and then he went
Mm,
to Charlotte. I'm trying to think of like a team. Atlanta, maybe.
Atlanta. I could see. I
I
could.
could see Atlanta.
Maybe even like Dallas, but I don't think Mark Cuban gonna give it up. I
Nah,
don't think
Mark
Mark
Cuban's a
Cuban's
cool
leaving
owner though.
anytime
He'd
soon.
probably be like the
Yeah,
coolest owner to. He could be like a part time like owner. Like,
maybe even Sacramento. You can own it with Shaq. Him and Shaq can
oh,
just
Shaq owns Sacramento.
yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Oh
I'm.
yeah.
That's interesting. Is he like when he says a owner though? I don't know if LeBron means like he wants to be like making moves or just be like a minority owner, just like have a stake in the team.
Because like Shaq says he owns, according to like what I was going, it's like Shaq owns 2 to 4%
Yeah,
of
like Jordan
Sacramento.
owns like 70. Like he's actually
Yeah,
doing stuff to make the team better. Like he's like
I
responsible for drafting. I don't know if LeBron wants to do that or not.
I don't think LeBron has Jordan level money though. Like no one's
Yeah, he
like,
does. I think he does.
but Jordan's getting a lot of money from shoes and clothes. No one's going out anymore to buy like LeBron shoes or LeBron clothes. Like as much
Yeah.
as
I mean, I think he's still a billionaire. Like if you're a billionaire, you're probably fine. He's definitely a billionaire.
uh, let's see, LeBron.
I think LeBron's a billionaire. He has to be.
Nah, 480 million is his net
That's
worth.
his net worth or is that
Yeah,
his
that's his net worth. His net worth 480, and Jordan's is 1.6 bill.
oh dang.
Yeah, LeBron don't got Jordan money because no one's really buying like LeBron
Yeah.
clothes or LeBron shoes.
I did hear like Jordan still outsell LeBron's like 10-1, which is crazy. But that's true.
Yeah,
No one really wears LeBron's. Like I bought a pair and it hurt my feet, and I was like, okay.
nah, I don't
How
know.
much?
I feel like once LeBron retires, like all he's gonna be living off is like endorsements.
Yeah.
And I can't even like. I can only think like he only has like endorsement with, like Sprite. Is one I can think of on top of my head.
Oh, like commercials?
Yeah, like the Sprite cranberry.
Let's
That's
see.
like the one day I
And
can think of.
yeah, I
Like
don't
it says
really
he has.
see LeBron in a lot of like commercials like that.
He endorses with Nike, Coca-Cola, Beats, and 2K.
I've never seen a 2K commercial. I didn't even buy 2K this year.
I'm not. I don't. It's. I'll wait until next gen, and if it's.
Yeah, I saw the graphics. They look pretty cool, but everyone talks bad about the game.
I mean, they said they're changing it for next gen and like getting rid of like the neighborhood. So I was.
Why? Why do you get rid of
They
neighborhood?
can. They said they're gonna make it something like the neighborhood, but like different.
Like they're getting rid of it?
hmm They're gonna like. They said it's gonna be like the neighborhood, but it's not gonna be called. It's not gonna be the neighborhood. It's gonna like serve the same purpose, but
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I want to see like depending on what they do with it, I'll be interested.
Yeah. I really want to see what free agency is like because all these
Yeah,
Lakers players are just now declining their player options and being free agents. They'll probably resign, but like the Lakers just they don't have unlimited cap space. And it's like you
yeah.
want to keep the same guys because like you just won. Like they're gonna want more money because they just won.
Free agent. I feel like the draft is gonna be really interesting too.
Yeah, because I have no idea who's going first.
I
Like this
still
is
think
like
it's
the
gonna be
first year
Anthony
in a
Edwards.
while.
I feel like it's gonna be Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, because Minnesota it might be Anthony Edwards. I think the Warriors will probably trade their pick. I don't see them drafting somebody with it.
They either trade their pick, and if no one wants their pick, they'll take Wiseman, and then they'll just run with it. But like, what would they trade it for? They don't need players for real. They don't need like
Yeah, because they're
they have
already like
good
I don't know
depth.
if they want a rookie to play with them. Like just
I
it
feel
could
like
work, but
throw a rookie in with Curry, Clay, Wiggins, and Draymond. You have four like really good vets. You throw in a rookie, they'll like. I feel like it'll work.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't consider Wiggins to be a good vet. I don't think Wiggins is. I'm not that
I
sold on. I
mean,
don't think Wiggins is that good,
really,
but yeah, he could be like Harrison Barnes though.
I think Wiggins is a completely different league than Harrison Barnes. I think Wiggins is a pretty good. I mean, he's a great scorer.
Yeah, I think he'll
But
end up playing like I think they'll have him end up playing like Harrison Barnes instead of Kevin Durant.
hmm,
Like it'll like Kevin Durant was like, oh, we run our offense. Oh, like we're late in the shot clock. We need a bucket. Just throw it to KD. I
yeah,
don't see them just throwing it to Wiggins like here,
I
take
mean,
us.
Wiggins was dropping 20 a game in Minnesota,
Yeah, he's taking all the
and he was
shots.
dropping like 19 in Golden State last year in the games he did play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Stephen Clay didn't really play most of the time he played.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like they're gonna give him more of a role than Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, possibly. I think he might get like 14, 15 shots. I see his shots going down though.
Oh, shots are definitely gonna go down. I feel like he's gonna have to get his 3 point shot up though.
Definitely,
He's gonna want to
yeah.
play
Because
with
he
him.
was missing a lot of threes
hmm
that were open. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get why they traded D'Angelo Russell for Wiggins though. I would have kept Russell.
I love it
That's just
because
me.
they don't. I think they're thinking like we don't really need D'Lo. Like D'Lo and Steph on the floor together is just like why?
But I mean, they could have gotten a lot more than Andrew Wiggins for D'Lo.
I don't know.
I mean, D'Lo
It's
was
possible.
an
Like
All
D'Lo was only an
Star,
All Star once, so people were just like if the
but
Pacers trying to trade a Oladipo, they probably get the same thing. Honestly,
I feel like he should have been an All Star that year before, 100%. When he
Oladipo.
was playing, no, D'Angelo Russell.
What did he average? Let me see.
He was in. He
Was he
got
in
hurt.
Brooklyn that year?
He was in Brooklyn, but he had got hurt, and he like the games he played, he'd average like 15 points. I mean, it's not like great stats, but before he was injured, he was playing a lot. He only played 25 minutes.
Nah, because I think there were a lot of good guards in the East that year, like Oladipo, Kemba. Like they were debating if John Wall should have even made it last or that year.
I'm trying to see if I can
Because like
find.
Dragic was an All Star that year, and Dragic played better than D'Lo that year.
Yeah,
And then they had
yeah.
Beal, Wall,
It was
Kyle
Lowry.
Lowry.
Yeah, it was Kyle Lowry, Kemba and Dragic were replacements actually. That
Oh
was the
yeah,
year when
because
like everybody got
Wall
hurt.
didn't play. Yeah,
Yeah, DeMarcus Cousins was hurt. Kevin Love was hurt. Porzingis, John Wall. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, in the East, in the East, he could definitely have made it if he stayed.
I mean, all they had the guards in the East. It was Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, Kyrie, Beal, Oladipo,
Yeah.
and John Wall. I feel like he could have made it in there.
Yeah. It would have been hard, though, because, like, even if you want to put him in Dragic, I think Dragic had better numbers. And Miami was in the playoffs at the time, so.
I feel like last year's All-Star game, there was a lot. That was a very weird selection for, like, players.
Like 2019?
Yeah. Like,
I'm trying to remember who
Siakam
made it.
starting was weird. Sabonis should not have made it at all.
I don't know why Sabonis made it.
Like, I feel like
Well, Sabonis made it this year. He didn't make it last year, though.
I'm talking about this year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Beal
Sabonis
didn't
should
make it.
not
I
have
was
made it.
heated. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
Beal should have made it over Sabonis. Like definitely.
I think it's because Sabonis is a forward. They didn't put him in.
No, he's actually a center.
Oh, that's crazy.
They have him listed as a center. I didn't know that.
I don't think they vote with the center separate anymore. They just put forwards and centers together.
But like, you still had Devin Booker. Didn't even. He was like a replacement, and Devin Booker was the best player on his team, like by far. There was no one else on the Suns that could even, like, even Jaylen Brown, that could have been his All-Star year.
I don't know if they would be fine putting 3 players on the same team on an All-Star. Like,
you remember the year they had like 4 players from the Hawks?
Yeah, but they were the number 1 seed. They had like 65 wins. Boston was at they were like a 5 seed at the break.
Yeah. I mean, you had Zach LaVine too. You could argue for John Morant to have made it.
Not in the West, no. West had too many good players.
Yeah. I can see that.
I was mad when Beal didn't make it. I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
But I mean, we were so bad, so.
Middleton and Sabonis, I would put Beal over both of them. Even Bam.
Yeah.
Even Bam.
Not Bam. Well, yeah. I mean, in terms of I think it's weird because they put Middleton as a forward.
They did. And they put Siakam as a forward.
Yeah. So, like, Beal, while I think he should have made it, is like all the guards they picked ahead of him, like their team was winning. So, like, you kind of just have to live. Except for Trae Young. The fans voted Trae Young. So
yeah. I mean, but I think Trae Young deserved it. I think Trae Young definitely deserved it. I don't know, like, even the draft, like, I would never trust Giannis as a GM. Like, looking at the players he like drafted for, like, his first pick was Embiid.
for Philly?
Yeah. No, like for the All-Star game.
Oh, Giannis? Yeah.
Like,
I don't know what Giannis be doing.
Like, LeBron got Anthony Davis, Kawhi.
I mean, it's crazy though, because like the game was still mad close.
It shouldn't. Like, Kawhi had Anthony Davis, Kawhi, Harden, and Luka.
And he had Jokic. I was like, this is.
And he had Jokic. And he had Tatum.
Yeah.
Dame Lillard. Like, that's. Nah.
Yeah. When he was left with Trey and Gobert, I was like, Giannis, you're.
Nah, that's you. Siakam being picked before Luka, Harden, and Trae Young is just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was so close though. I was like, they win. That's crazy.
Yeah, I also feel like did you see who won Executive of the Year for the NBA?
It was the Clippers exec, right?
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it.
I think they're only doing. I don't know. I think they're only doing it because they got Kawhi and Paul George.
I mean, yes, but the Lakers literally made room for Anthony Davis out of nowhere. Everyone said like most of the players he signed weren't going to be good signings, and then he took them.
They had room. It was just like, do you want to? If he's just going to sign back in a year, like I personally, like in hindsight, like it was smart, but like honestly, they could have just been like, let's stick it out with Lonzo and Brandon Ingram, and then just sign AD next year.
I mean,
He definitely could have won it. I think he won it last year when they signed LeBron though, because it's LeBron, you know.
yeah. Yeah. Oh no, the Milwaukee executive actually won it last year.
I didn't even know that. I don't know what Milwaukee did last year. I mean, they had number one seed, but they didn't really go out and do anything.
I don't. I mean, who they like? Did they sign any big free agents? Nah, he didn't sign. He got Shabazz Muhammad and Brook Lopez. Like that was it. Like I don't get why he.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Unless I was. No, executive of the year. Yeah, that's nah. Nah.
I think exec or like GM of the year this year could be really close because I feel like everyone's just gonna try and make a move. Like I personally think the Clippers are gonna go out and like risk it all because if they don't win it this year, I could easily see Kawhi and Paul George leaving. So they might as well just be like, do whatever it takes.
I feel like if Miami is able to pull Giannis, or even like a Brandon Ingram, I feel like he'll be executive of the year.
Yeah. I think the Clippers aren't messing around this year. Like they went from blowing a 3-1 lead to getting a coach that came back down 3-1. You know,
I think you're riding too hard on the Clippers.
I think they're trying too hard. I think the Clippers just don't care. Like because they sold their whole future away, right? They sold like 5 first-round picks for Paul George. So they're like, we just want to win one championship, right? So they're willing to do whatever. I think this year they're going to try and do whatever. Will it work? I have no idea.
I still don't see them like coming out of the West. I can't. I don't know.
I honestly have no idea who's coming out the West this year. Right. Like as of right now, I don't know.
Early prediction.
Like, I don't even know who I'd put my money on right now.
I put my money on the Warriors. I don't know. People are forgetting.
I'm not mad at it.
The Warriors.
If Clay comes back and is great, then
yeah. I say the Warriors. Yeah.
I want to put my money. I never like betting against LeBron, but I don't know if the Lakers. I think the Lakers still need to get somebody. Like when LeBron won a chip with Cleveland, and then they went out and did nothing. I was like, y'all are toast. Like they just went and got KD. Like you have to match that.
Yeah.
Like you should have known the Warriors aren't just gonna try and run it back. Like they're gonna try and get somebody.
I don't know. I feel like the Lakers and the Clippers are both just gonna like drop. Like I feel like the Lakers are gonna come back trying to think that they can just run with that same team.
I think my sleeper team right now is Dallas. Dallas is my sleeper because I think Dallas is gonna try and get somebody.
I like Utah. I'm feeling Utah. Like I feel like Utah can definitely.
Yeah, Utah makes sneaky good moves. Like every year is like, oh, they get Rubio, and it's like, oh,
we got Mike Conley. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can see it.
It's gonna be fun.
It is. This season is gonna be really interesting.
Indeed, I can't wait for it to start. January, I'll be waiting for January. I wish they play sooner. Like I wish NBA season started like Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Like when they had the lockout, it was Christmas. That would be fun.
That'd be fire.
That'd be dope.
That'd be fire.
All right, but this was fun, man. It's been a couple hours. Fun. You can go ahead and get your plug in for the one time, and so people.
Right. Once again, on Instagram at jsantos11_ on Twitter at JesusNoChrist_. Shout out the boys. We live. Appreciate you, my guy, for having me.
Yes, sir, man. No problem, man. Love to have you back. I'm gonna call this episode Melo over Kawhi because that was wild, bro.
It's a bold take.
That's wild. Boldest take of the week. I'll take it though. That's lit. Yeah, that's all we got. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
It's childhood.
my prediction right now, I'm going to tell you right now. I think this is going to go 6 games. Whoa, what did that just say? NBA analyst just said without LeBron James, Kyrie Irving is John Wall. I'm not going to let people disrespect John Wall. It's childhood. Welcome back to another episode, Pull Up for the J podcast. I'm your host, Josh Felton. This is episode 27. I'm trying to think of a basketball player's number 20. Rudy Gobert, number 27. He's the shout out of the day. If you're new, welcome. This is a sports podcasting show. All right. I talk about sports, basketball, football. I'm a huge basketball fan. I'm what you call. I love it. I'm like a savant pundit. I love talking about basketball. I love watching basketball. I'll sit in my room when I have free time and just watch old basketball footage that I wasn't even alive to watch in real time. I'm that big of a fan of the sport, and so what better way than to talk about it on this platform. I want to shout out WJHU, Johns Hopkins Student Radio, for putting this episode on the air. This is the first episode that's on the air, so if this is your first time listening, then welcome. If this is not your first time, then welcome back. This is episode 27 if you're keeping count. I am definitely keeping count, but this is episode 27. We have a lot to talk about. In the world of basketball. We're going to start there first because why not, right? NBA Finals is just about over. Well, I'm not going to say just about over. I'd never count a team out until they've lost, Heat Lakers. That's what we're going to start out with. The Lakers bounced back after dropping Game 3. So I think the last episode I recorded, Game 3 hadn't even happened yet. So let me start with Game 3. Jimmy Butler dropped a 40-point triple-double in Game 3. Basically outperformed LeBron James and Anthony Davis in the same day. And the Heat were able to pull away with, I think, an 8-point victory. It was an impressive win. And they did it without two starters. Bam Adebayo and Goran Dragic. Goran Dragic went down with like a plantar fasciitis, and Bam Adebayo went down with basically a shoulder injury that kept him sidelined for Game 3. He came back, or Game 2 and Game 3. He came back for Game 4, and Game 4 was the game that happened on Tuesday night. And in that game, honestly, neither team played really well, but the Lakers were able to pull ahead, and they were able to squeeze out a Game 4 victory. So right now they lead the series 3-1. I'll say this. I've been saying it for several episodes now. So if you're just listening, then this will be your first time hearing it. But I've been saying it since the bubble basically resumed in Orlando. I said after the Mavericks lost in the playoffs, there are no more elite offensive teams in the NBA remaining. By that I mean there wasn't a single team left in the bubble after the first round of the playoffs that there wasn't a team left that was capable of winning a playoff series based off their offense alone. I felt like the Mavericks were probably the only team in the playoffs capable of winning a playoff series on their own. So basically it had to come down to defense. Whoever won every series came down to defense. The reason why the Clippers, who were my prediction to win it all, didn't win it all was because they didn't value defense. And part of that's on Doc Rivers, which is why he's not there anymore. But part of that is also on the players not performing well and disappearing when they needed them most. Hint, Paul George. But yeah, the Lakers have never been a impressive offensive team. Neither of the Heat. Honestly, I'm a Washington Wizards fan, so I'll straight up tell you, my team, the Washington Wizards, have a better offense than both of those teams. Our offense, we put up about, I don't know how many points we put up, but I'm pretty sure we're top 5 in offense this year, right? So statistically, we put up better offensive numbers than both of those teams. We may not have the notable weapons of Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. We didn't have any All-NBA players, even though I thought Bill should have been on the team. But maybe that's just my fandom speaking. I thought he deserved it. But our problem is defense. We can't guard anybody. Not anybody. I mean, not a single person. Hopefully that'll change one day, but that's where it's at right now. Both of these teams have made it so far because of their defense. Their defense is what's gotten them this far, and defense is going to be what wins them this series. Neither team was that impressive on offense, especially not the Lakers turning the ball over as many times as they did. But Anthony Davis, when they needed him to make a stop, he showed why he was a top 2 Defensive Player of the Year candidate this year, and has always been an elite defensive player his whole career. And with the series being 3-1 right now, a lot of people are talking about Finals MVP. I feel like this is one of those series that I'll say is the same about 1996, right? I say this, I wasn't alive to watch the 96 finals, but I told you I'm a basketball fan. So of course I'm going to spend the time and watch the entire series on YouTube. And if you look at numbers, if you go to basketball statistics, basketball reference, Wikipedia, whatever, and you look at the numbers and you see, Michael Jordan averaged 27 points, 40% shooting, which isn't really that good, but 27 points, you would be like, I think he deserves Finals MVP. However, if you watch that series, by far the best player on the floor almost every night was Dennis Rodman, who averaged about 7 points, but he averaged about 15 rebounds and had 11 offensive rebounds in 2 or 3 games that series. And the reason why context is so important is because offensive rebounds give your team extra possessions. Mike and Scotty shot terribly in the 96 finals, partially because Gary Payton is a fantastic defender. That's a great defensive team. Mike shot, I think, 39% and Scotty shot 41%. I mean, they were not efficient at all. That was Mike's worst playoff series of his career. But because Rodman is there giving you so many extra opportunities, it's amazing how they were able to win this series in 6, and it could have been even sooner if we're being honest. They were up 3-0. But him creating those second chance opportunities you don't really see his hustle play show up on a box score. So that's why I say if you watch that series, you'd probably give it to Dennis Rodman. And I say the same thing about this Lakers series. If you look at the numbers, I'm pretty sure LeBron James has better numbers than Anthony Davis in every single statistical category. However, when I watch these games, it's clear to me that Anthony Davis is the best player on his team. It's clear Anthony Davis is I won't say most valuable, because value is going to by default go to the playmaker on the team. So I don't really consider LeBron more valuable than Anthony Davis based off of because he holds the ball more, right? Because if that's the case, then a center power forward is never going to be an MVP caliber player by that logic, you know. But I think Anthony Davis clearly, because of his defensive efforts don't show up in the box score, which is why I think he's so invaluable to this team, and I think he's been the most valuable player to them winning 3 games so far. Now, that does mean they have to close it out, right? Game 5 is later tonight, Friday. So you guys will get the chance to see how if this team can close it out later on Friday. The question from Miami is, where do we go from here? We're down 3-1, right? Jimmy Butler had to put up a all-time great performance just for us to win 1 game. We almost won a couple other games, but I feel like, and the Lakers were able to just put the clamps down and pull ahead. So if I'm Miami, what do? Honestly, my answer here is just keep doing what you've been doing. Honestly, I think Miami has been playing great enough defense to beat a lot of teams. They've played great enough defense to beat a lot of teams. Just not the Lakers. And it's not nothing. I just think the Heat are a little one step behind the Lakers right now. Of course, that could change because the Lakers have had mental lapses in the past. Do I expect the Lakers to blow a 3-1 lead with LeBron James on the floor? No. But again, I think Miami's the best team that the Lakers have played in the postseason. I came into the postseason saying the Lakers, there were only two teams I thought the Lakers could not beat in the postseason. And they didn't have to play either team. So I'm going to pick them to win every other series that's not against the Clippers and the Bucks, right? The Bucks fell out in the second round, so did the Clippers. Those two teams, I thought they didn't stand a chance. Like, there was no way I was going to pick them to win more than 2 games, right? But those teams couldn't get it done defensively. Well, the Clippers' problem was defense. The Bucks' problem was offense. They have a whole sort of problems on offense. But the Miami Heat, if they keep playing this man and keep playing help defense and they just get shots to fall in the fourth quarter, that fourth quarter, I don't know what happened. If they can get shots to fall, they take a game and it goes back to game 6. There's pressure. I always said, man, and this might just be my opinion, but I always said like a 3-1 lead, right? Game 5 isn't really that scary until you lose it. Game 6, I feel like all the pressure's on the team with the team that's still ahead. And then game 7, all the pressure's on the team that, is trying to avoid blowing a 3-1 lead. So, that's just my opinion on the series so far. I have a basketball quiz I'm going to take for fun right now. This is going to be a new thing I start doing before my podcast. Maybe I'll do an NFL one too once the basketball season's over with. But I'm going to take this as a timed quiz. Let's see what question number 1 is. History of the NBA. Let's get it started. Who was the first player to record back-to-back 50-point games in the 2000s? Shaquille O'Neal, Moses Malone, Antoine Jamison, Kobe Bryant. Moses Malone I don't even think he was alive post-2000. Rest in peace, Moses Malone. Antoine Jamison, probably not. Kobe Bryant, I would say no. Since it's 2000, I would assume it's Shaquille O'Neal. It's not. It's Antoine Jamison. Well, okay. Jamison recorded back-to-back 50-point games in the 2001 season while playing for the Warriors. The second of his 2 50-point games came against the Lakers, in which Kobe also scored 50. I would not have guessed Antoine Jamison in 2000. Golden State. He was a bucket in Washington. I remember that. I didn't know Golden State he was like that. Okay. Who scored the first points of the millennium? Fred Hoiberg, Malik Allen, John Mikey, and Allen Iverson. Man, that's a hard one. I have no idea. I'm going to say Fred Hoiberg. John Mikey. Playing on New Year's Day 2000, the first game of the new millennium, the Miami Heat hosted the Orlando Magic. See, I would have had to have known what teams were playing. John Mikey recorded the first basket of the game in Millennium, and his jersey and shoes were taken to the Hall of Fame after the game. Man, if you're in the Hall of Fame off that alone, shout out you, John Mikey. Shout out to you, man. First bucket of Millennium. Only you might be the only person that can say that right now, because I don't even know if basketball was invented. Actually, James Naismith probably invented it in 18 something. James Naismith, when did you invent this sport, my good fellow? When did he create basketball? When did he create this sport? This sport was created. When was this created? 1891. So there probably was someone in 1900. But there's only 2 people, and you're the only one post 2000 in the second millennium. So shout out to you. Question number 3. Who are the first 2 undrafted rookies in NBA history to make the all-rookie first or second team? Ooh, Udonis Haslem did not make an all-NBA team, I'm pretty sure. Ben Wallace? I don't know. I feel like I think Brad Miller did make an all rookie first team or second team. So I'm gonna go with Brad Miller and Marquise Daniels. No. Oh my goodness. Udonis Haslem? Udonis Haslem and Daniels were both named all rookie second team in 0304. The first rookies to do so. Haslem, a former Florida center. Okay. I didn't know Udonis made a second team. I didn't think he made it at all because I don't think he might. Actually, I think he did play his rookie year quite a bit. Who was the first coach in NBA history to lead a team to an under 500 record and win Coach of the Year in the same season? Okay, I clearly don't know enough basketball. I need to do more research. Clearly, Johnny Kerr, Doug Moe, Gene Shue, or Cotton Fitzsimmons. I'm gonna say Fitzsimmons. No, I'm over for it. Johnny Kerr coached the expansion Bulls to 33-48 record in their inaugural season, earning him Coach of the Year. That is wild. That is wild. That is wild. There's no way. Hold on. What year is this? Chicago. This has to be in the 70s because I'm pretty sure the Chicago Bulls have been around 66, 67. Okay. 1967 NBA standings. There are probably like 8 or 9 teams because I'm pretty sure there weren't. Yeah, there were only 10 teams in the league. Yeah. Man, the Sixers won 68 games. So they only